else who's in his eyes weak enough to target, he would. So I don't want to. We can't have that. We can't have that. So this is why we're going to stick with the 6 and 9 months, and this is why we're also massively cutting him, cutting it down for him. We're not going to give him that. We're not going to give him that. What's it called? We're not going to let him. We're not going to let him keep that power base. We're going to break it up and remove all the old law, remove all the old things that the things that would give him that. So that's why we're doing it. That's why the law page got deleted, even though I did a lot of work. I was actually getting quite full. I had done leg, Marshall. I did Moody. Who else was there? AF was somewhat done because it had its old stuff, but it wasn't fixed up because of the the changeover from Gilded to Discord, and it had some other stuff too. But yeah, I wiped all that out. As like I said, we're still gonna look at the past. We're still gonna appreciate the past, but we're not gonna get stuck in it anymore. We're gonna continue moving on. This year is a new year. This GTA 6 is a new era. Let's not get stuck in the past here. We'll remember the good parts. And I want to start saving good things in the quotes channel, like I mentioned in that message on the current events. I want to start saving all the good stuff. Someone has an accomplishment, let's save that. So we're going to do that, but we're going to look more to for the future now rather than the past. So it is a fundamental shift in how we're approaching it. Now they're acting gay for another, you kid. They're very close. Let's just put it that way. They are very close. But yeah, I don't know. We gotta do our best to change it up. So that's why a lot of that's getting wiped. And yeah, it's a process. It is a big process. Oh yeah, we gotta shoot it, of course. I'm like trying to get in it. There you go. But AF saying 12 would be insane prison state time because he's definitely at a level mentally capable known. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, is like it's all dependent on the situation as well. I'm just hoping that he's not gonna like harass JB anymore, but I mean, obviously I can't really do anything about it, but I hope he doesn't harass him. At most, the only thing I would support is him contacting like JB's family or something and telling them about what he did, but that's about it. I don't, let them, not cousin though, not cousin Kuzo. No, it would have to be someone else. So yeah. He might harass Krim, he might. He might. I hope not. He needs to just not harass them. He needs to just leave him alone. Let's just be real, he needs to leave him alone. Move on, you know? When the fuck has Gazabon done that? Oh, that was a secret word system I used to have where like every day I could change a secret word and then you would get like, if you got it, you would get like 100 Gaz. And I forgot it was there, so I just added it like maybe about a week ago. I just added Krim to it as a secret word, see if anyone would say it. So there you go, congratulations. Yeah, he needs to, yeah, he definitely needs to just leave it, you know, like... Again, like, it's just too much, you know? Like, I get trolling, but I don't know. I feel like when you start targeting, especially people who are on the lower end of the scale on the spectrum, I feel like, you know, at that point, if you start treating them like that, you're just kind of going into like the whole bullying area. You know what I mean? Like you're not just having a laugh. Like I'm fine with people having a laugh, and I do believe in treating everyone the same. Like Gaz, for example, we all treat him as if, you know, he's not on the spectrum, and you know, and he's just, you know, we always treat him like any other person that we would hang out with. We do give him a little bit more leeway because we know that, you know, it's harder for him, but we always try to treat him like everyone else. So we'll joke with him, we'll make jokes to him, and, you know, he's happy to make jokes to us. He calls us fat and fat pigs, and, you know, tells us that he's gonna fuck old, like, he keeps telling me he's gonna fuck my sister, and I'm like, Gaz. And he's like, what? I'm like, Gaz, she's got a boyfriend. He's like, I don't care. Like, I love that. Like, we always try to treat everyone the same regardless, but I do feel like when you start specifically going after that person when they are maybe not as able to deal with, you know, expression and stuff, I do feel like it goes into the realm of more like bullying rather than just, you know, having banter. And bro was, yeah, where he was going was way towards like bullying, in my opinion. So I hope he doesn't harass him anymore, but I can't prove it, and I'm not going to message JB to keep up with him and ask him. Like, I don't want to really talk to JB either.
I'm on their comms. Hangar's on lockdown. There should be a bypass system in the rafters you can short circuit with enough force. Once you see it, hit it hard with whatever you got.
I'm disappointed with both of them. I don't want to keep in touch with either of them, so.
You fucking idiot.
He knows better than, you know, like if AF does hard enough stuff out of annoying. Oh, as if he thinks that he knows more than us. I mean, yeah, JB definitely in that mindset where he thinks he knows everything, and like he can't, you know, because yeah, he's a very arrogant at times with things he, you know, how he thinks, and he can never do anything wrong and all this stuff. So yeah, it doesn't help him. It gives him this false sense of security that nothing will ever go bad. But I mean, if he keeps acting the way he's acting, he's gonna end up in prison. I did say that to him. I did say to him, like, bro, you need to be careful. You need, like, so, you know, you get yourself together because you're gonna end up in prison one day, bro. Like, you won't like prison. But I mean, then again, though, will he end up in prison? I mean, you know, considering that you know, that half of the U.S. government is in the Epstein files and did horrific things to children, including their president, like. Let's be real. Let's be real. There is no justice for children in this world. When the most powerful man in the entire world, well, outside of tech, well, I mean the tech people also involved as well. You know, what justice is there for kids in this world when so many powerful people, including the president of the fucking free world, or supposed free world, is, you know, involved with that kind of stuff? Like, it's fucked. So I'm gonna be real, I don't think there's much hope anyway. Ev is just seen as a dick after this, and the other was down for non. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like, you know, AF will never be looked at the same way. I don't think anyone will ever look. I know Dean's already said it, he'll never look at AF the same way, and I know Joe's also feeling like that. So yeah, I don't think there's a good look for him. If he comes back in 6 or 9 months, it's going to be a very different. It's going to be a very different dynamic. That dynamic of him having that kind of special kind of position that he used to have because of who he was and the good memories together. That's gone. Like, he's going to be in a very different position when he comes back. Let's take the Swift because I like the Swift. Yeah, so all you have to do is become president and you're safe. I mean, the Supreme Court ruled that Trump literally cannot be, you know, considered, you know, like nothing can be put against him because of he was president in the past and stuff like that. Basically, he's never going to be touched. So, yeah, someone like that becoming president says a lot about the way America is, and it really does concern me, but there you go. There you go. Like, no one should be above the law, like, regardless of which party or you know, whether you're left, right, center, it doesn't matter. No one should be above the law. No one should be allowed to get away with doing stuff like to kids and all that. So it really pisses me off that no one in America really seems to care. Like, there are people out there who do seem to care, but they're not, it's not really, where the fuck are people? When are people gonna do something? When are they gonna be fucking marching on Washington? When are they gonna be, you know, shutting down society until something gets done? Nothing, never. It's never gonna happen. So, there you go. There is no justice in this world. So... We said a similar thing after the dead pet joke. True. But to be fair, I think that also was a big part of it. Like, maybe if he did this 6 months ago, before the joke, he might have got away with it. But because of the joke as well, like, I know that there's a lot less in the way of forgiveness. He basically burned up all his forgiveness with that joke, and then that's why this time it's been, like, super hardcore, because it's like, bro, you know, how many times are we going to give you that, you know, leniency? So this time is completely different on that. So he's going to have to be very different when he comes back. And I've been introducing a mod framework in the background of the server. Like, that's why I've been not on recently. I've been kind of working on that in the background and some other stuff, and also just being busy. And both Joe and Dean will be able to read that and kind of get an idea how we're going to deal with moderation issues going forward. So it's going to be a lot more strict in terms of, like, stuff that before I would just kind of hand wave is going to be now punished if it is something that needs to be punished. Obviously, I want to make sure that people are aware, like, you know, it's in the spirit of the rules, you know, like, you don't have to, it's not about what the letter of the rule is, it's the spirit of it, you know. Is a punishment fair? Is the punishment fair for you know, does it match up to the rules? Like, even if it's, like, against the rules, technically, is it in the spirit of the rules to time someone out for it? That kind of thing. So there's a bunch of more things that we're going to be doing in the next couple of in the next week or so. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff on that. So that's all in the works in the background. So that's going to be fun. Oh, Kasiga, you've had the worst week of your life. You had a hemorrhoid. I'm not gonna lie, Kasiga, I was not expecting you to tell us that. But fair enough, thank you for letting us know. I hope you get it, make sure you get the right cream and stuff for it, because otherwise you might have that for the rest of your life. Once you get one, you might be cooked for the rest of your life, so make sure you get that, make sure you treat it. It's a bit funny about moving on from nostalgia when Rebecca's sending Orts memes. That's okay nostalgia. that's fine nostalgia, you know. that's the kind of nostalgia that Rebecca loves the 2000s. She will never not mention that. You ignored your fissure hoping it would heal over time. Yeah, bro, get it checked. Because once that happens, bro, it's much harder to treat and it's much harder to get rid of, and it can come back for the rest of your life. So you want to get that treated and dealt with sooner rather than later. What happened to quartz? What do you mean, Caleb? Oh, you've got medicine for it. Okay, that's good then. Yeah, keep taking that, bro. But if it gets worse, go doctor. I know it's not fun, the idea that someone's gonna have to be checking that out, but better go doctor than if it doesn't get better than not. Because then you'll have a lot worse in the future. Hasn't been here in a while. Quartz doesn't really watch the stream because we don't really play anything that Quartz likes. Quartz likes more Ark and stuff like, you know, that Ark game and some other stuff like that. What's that other game that's made by the Ark team? That the Finals. Quartz likes all that stuff. So Quartz doesn't really care for GTA stuff. But Quartz is in the Discord a lot, just not on the stream. That might change with GTA 6 because I know Quartz wants to play GTA 6. But GTA 5, yeah, they haven't really been into GTA 5 since like maybe 2020? 2021? Yeah, very rarely. Very rarely. Like, what, maybe like twice a year. I'm gonna Q-tip in there to test for an STD. Yeah, that'd be not fun. Ugh. Oh, that's a horrible thought. Ugh. But yeah, no, Quartz is very much a not a GTA person. So yeah, you won't see them around for GTA. Occasionally they'll come in for Fortnite, very rarely, especially when I started playing Fortnite. But yeah. Yeah, Quartz just has like a bunch of friends as well that plays like the games that they play, and yeah, so more gonna be likely to be playing with them. But no, hopefully we might see them around a little bit more for GTA 6. We'll see. There's no guarantees yet. If they do decide to do crossplay with GTA 6 with PC and console, I don't mind as long as they do it properly. As long as there's some very strict anti-mods and anti-cheats. But I don't have much faith with them at the moment. But you never know. They might have hired some amazing experts who can deal with that for GTA 6. They might have spared no expense and got some of the best experts in the industry to design the PC anti-mod and anti-cheat. So yeah, you never know. We'll see. I love the Futo, by the way. It's such an amazing vehicle. This used to be the drifting vehicle, at least for me. Okay, where's my ladder? Oh, they're not expected to be climb up that, are they? Can you believe that Steam watched Five Nights at Freddy's R34? I mean, I'm not really surprised that Dom was up to all sorts of weird shit. That Dom was extremely odd person in general, but I'm not really surprised. Honestly, after reading what I've read, I honestly I'm not surprised with much anymore. It's kind of crazy how much stuff that guy was up to. He certainly lived a life full of I don't know what you can say, adventure. That's for sure. What did Jody say again? I wasn't really paying attention to it. Yeah, I figured it was him because he was just weirdly standing in the corner. He's just like oddly standing there. Fair enough.
Alright, receiving scan now. Oh, high definition Trotman is hard to look at. Get out of there before they realize that's the surveillance.
You might 100% RDR1. You should do, Kaelin. It's a good challenge. It's a lot easier than RDR2, a lot less time consuming. There is a bit of gambling involved, but it's not anywhere near as bad as RDR2. RDR2's fucking ridiculous to 100%, whereas RDR1's like kind of a not in a walk in a park, but it's one of those things you can smash out with a bit of determination and luck. Whereas like Red Dead Redemption 2, you're gonna have to smash it out like you're gonna have to just basically get lucky, like lucky. You know what you hate about Rockstar? They added all these life improvements towards the end of GTA Online. Yeah, they should have added it more like nearer the start. Like a lot of this stuff doesn't really make sense at the end of the game because it's like all of the activities you can do, like the firefighting and stuff. Like it's cool, but it would have made way more sense at the beginning of GTA Online because then it would have been great ways to make money whilst there wasn't a lot of stuff to make money on. You know, instead of just doing those same missions over and over again, doing like firefighting and stuff would be really fun back then. But yeah, they took fucking forever to add it. And now it's like, well, what's the point? Because we have all these heists we can do and stuff like that. Like, what's the point of doing half this shit now? There was some dude that said you look like Jeffrey Dahmer because of your glasses, and you considered saying you look like that Jeffrey, but thought you'd be too mean. I mean, hey, if someone calls you Jeffrey Dahmer, I think it's fair to say they look like Jeffrey Epstein. Undead Nightmare is easier in the sense of how much it has. Yeah, Undead Nightmare is way easier to do 100% on. I also recommend doing 100% on Undead Nightmare because it's a really fun challenge as well, Kaylin. I really think... I actually really love Undead Nightmare. I think it's a really, really fun game to 100%. I highly recommend it. Like, genuinely highly recommend it. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense for them to add all this stuff after Cayo Perico, because Cayo Perico is like the ultimate moneymaker now for, you know, pretty much any situation, and it's so easy as well that like even a low level can do it. Like I could understand if Cayo Perico was hard, but Cayo Perico is like piss easy. Pavel, shut up. Let me just check what the bonuses are for this. Agents of... I don't know what the fucking thing's called. Sabotage. I don't even know what one I'm doing. That's the problem. I forgot which one I'm doing. Enter the penthouse undetected. Flick the switch in 60 seconds. Take all cabinet contents. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm on my own. Fuck. Oh well. You never attempt 100% a Rockstar game. Too much work. It is difficult, to be fair. GTA, all the GTAs do take a long time. Although GTA 5 100% is probably the easiest one. That one is extremely easy to 100% because you don't need to do absolutely everything. Whereas to 100% the other games, you almost have to do everything in them. San Andreas is interesting though, because you don't have to technically do everything in San Andreas either. Like, you don't need to do all the stunt jumps, which is really odd. You would think that for San Andreas you would need to do all the stunt jumps, but no, you can just... You don't have to do stunt jumps in San Andreas. You can just skip them, so... You want RDR1 to your first one? Yeah, RDR1's a good one. Honestly, RDR1 is a really good game to get your first Rockstar 100% in. My first Rockstar 100% was GTA 4, and then it was Red Dead, and then I went back and did GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, and then I did RDR2. No, sorry, I did GTA 5, then I did GTA 3 for GTA 3 Vice City and San Andreas, then I did Red Dead Redemption 2, and then I went back and did GTA 5 again, then I did Red Dead 1 again, Red Dead Redemption 1 again. The Jeffrey Dahmer... Oh, fucked up on that. The Jeffrey Dahmer documentary fucked up that entire glasses style now. Which is a shame, because they're nice glasses. It's just... yeah. The last thing you want is to, do that. Appear like Jeffrey Dahmer.
When you hit the charges, it's lights out. You've got NVGs in your pack, put them on and find the maintenance hatch. That will drop you into Trotman's penthouse.
The gold Harry Potter ones. Oh, at least it's still a cool style, but yeah, it definitely sucks that you can't wear the ones you like the most because of the fact that, yeah. Thanks, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Away from EMP before you detonate, or you might blow your goggles or your phone. It would be very sad to lose pictures of cute dogs or hot meals or important nudies. Yes?
You play through the story again, just do stuff in between. Yeah, do that, Kaden, but also make sure you note down, make sure you keep like a checklist of everything you've done. I know the game does typically keep track of stuff, but I always like to have a checklist I tick off.
The piece we want is in Trotman's man cave. Something only a few hundred escorts in Los Santos get to see. I set up your phone to detect the frequency that should be coming from the entry mechanism. Probably a hidden switch. And watch for that security. You should have everything you need to get through the recognition systems. Hack the scanner for the fingerprints. Scan the spoofed image on your phone.
We should do a 1 year bum anniversary soon this year. Oh my god. Fucking bum anniversary. God, that's like memories right there. I still can't believe I played that game. Like it feels like a dream almost that I played that. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like I actually played it, but I did. My god, wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I was fucking that one up. You have a Google Sheet checklist. Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea, Kellen. As long as you have a checklist, it makes it a lot easier. Keeping track of Rockstar games is very important.
Anything of value is also recommended. I have learned this about RT heists.
I didn't know that.
Bureau's DD had a pleasure yacht full of
I didn't know that if you
priceless
smash these first, the alarm doesn't go off.
Priceless, ah. Jody, tell me more.
Okay, yeah, I completely fucked up on that one. Would I be down to piss on people and send pigeons to show them again?
Looks like there was a pressure plate recent installed.
Nah, I mean, I'd be up for it, yeah. Would be fun.
The elevator is on backup power. Should still be running.
It was a fun game. If they did a second one, I would 100% play it.
And get out.
Definitely one of my favorite games I've played. The story is really, really, quite something.
Trotman security have zero radio discipline. They keep talking about the basement, so expect resistance down there. Put them down and get out. Finish lines in sight and the money's waiting.
Like, I love the whole, you know, the fact that the bum was originally the trolley, and that makes so much sense. Because, like, the bum could never speak, but the trolley could. And I was like, well, how does that make sense? Obviously, it could just be in his head, but, like, then we find out that it was actually the trolley, was actually the bum, and then the bum... And then I love that at the end of it, he's like, you know what? I actually like being a trolley, so I'm gonna stay as a trolley, and you can stay in my body, because at least I'm immortal, and I can literally survive anything. No, yeah, we definitely need more Mr. Jello. Mr. Jello was such an... I don't know, like, there was something about Mr. Jello. The way he would just say to you, like, hook you up your ass if you ever, like, even looked him the wrong way was just... It was inspirational. Ever since we saw that picture on the PlayStation Store when we were just looking randomly one day and we saw Mr. Jello and that quote, I mean... Yeah, it was obvious at that point. We had to play it. God, what an experience. And then the rats as well, when we find out about the rats and the king rat and all that, and then we fight, oh my god, that was great too. I won't lie though, some of the mini games were absolutely insane early on until you get like certain skills, and then they actually become a lot more easy. I really wanted to get into the base building, and there's some mad people on YouTube, by the way, who have like some insane bases, but I never got into the base building because I was like, base building is something I like doing when I'm playing with other people, not so much on my own. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna spend enough time playing it for the base building. But there's people out there that have put hundreds of hours into the game to build some of the best bases. And I'm like, wow, that's fair play to them on that, but I couldn't. I loved it, but I couldn't spend hours and hours and hours playing it. I can with GTA. Like, I can play hours of GTA, never get bored, but yeah, that one I would probably lose my mind if I was playing that long. Just because the music repeats over and over again, it's the same music over and over and over again. And it was, I'm not gonna lie, by the end of it, it was driving me nuts. I was like, oh my god, how much am I gonna hear from this? I fucked it up. I got detected apparently. Not sure how, but I did. Whatever. So what are we doing here again? 9 out of 25, and I need to do 3 more platinum awards. All right, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, I don't think. Agents of sabotage. Okay, we're getting there. Oh yeah, we'll easily do this. No, I love that game, but my god. I hope if they ever do a second one, they have more variety of music. And I want more Mr. Jello missions, because I like the Mr. Jello missions. I liked when he would be there. Some of the characters I didn't like as much, but I loved Mr. Jello, and I was very disappointed to see that Mr. Jello was only in the game for like maybe 6 missions. Although I am very happy that he also was the one that provided the bombs for the final mission. That was good. That was a nice touch, was that we used Mr. Jello's bombs to collapse the building. So Mr. Jello, in a way, Mr. Jello not only blew up multiple buildings, but he also blew up the biggest building in the game. He committed the greatest act of terrorism, Mr. Jello. So I've got to respect that from him. I have to respect that for him. What do you mean a short delay? Well, fuck you then. What's another thing I need to do anyway then? Money for... Oh, fuck. Do I really want to do money fronts? I kind of do need to... I kind of need to do money fronts. I don't want to do money fronts though. But, oh, bottom dollar bounties. Excellent. Excellent one. No. Fuck bottom dollar bounties. Actually, Chop shop maybe? Oh, fuck. I hate all these so much. I hate all of these. I hate them all. Bottom dollar bounties. I'm going to do that. I'm going to power through and get these done. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to power through and get these all done. I only got to make money from them. I also got to do platinum awards, and I've also got to do bounty targets alive. I've got to do 24. I've done a third. Okay, so I've done a third of it. Easy. It would be funny if the sequel revealed him to be an insane Oppenheimer. Oh, yeah, you know what? That would be great. At the end of the game, we just fucking nuke an entire... we just nuke the entire city. That'd be great. That'd be great, honestly. I'd be up for that. I feel like it'd be great if there was a destructible environment as well. Like, I know that's way above the indie devs, but it would be hilarious if there was a destructible environment and you just work with Mr. Jello to blow up half the town, and then by the end of it, you just drop a nuke and the whole thing blows up. You have that giant pigeon from the first one drop a nuke. Who needs a plane when you got a giant pigeon? Just have the giant pigeon drop a nuke, boom, the whole thing goes up. Yeah, it took you 3 times watching the first cutscene to realize Bonnie is actually on the train. Yeah, she is on the train. Yeah, she's... It's very weird that she's on the train. Actually, no, it's not, because obviously she picks you up, so she was obviously down on business. She obviously... she's obviously the one... That's why she's down there picking you up. Still very weird that she was all the way out there, but whatever. Also, I love how every time I see this Don, I think of Brassy. Because, like, really big, muscular... Don, and I'm like, yeah, that's Brassy right there. Big, massive, muscular Don. Bo Doug, oh my, oh my god, bro. Holy shit. You know what? If I had to be any of these 4, I'd 100% be Brock Thompson. Not that guy, fucking hell. Is that like a grown-up version of Jimmy from fucking Bully or something? Jesus Christ. I mean, she's cool, but it's not really my style, but she's cool, I guess. I mean, I guess that's a good backup, because I mean, that's kind of my clothing. That's actually my clothing choice right there. Jumper with a long button, like a long sleeve button-up shirt. And he's also kind of bald, although I've got good hair. I just shave my head because I like to have my head like clean shaven, or close to it anyway. Whereas he obviously has decided to keep the sides. I'm gonna be real, yeah. I'm gonna be 100% on this, Ricky. Look, Ricky, please, just shave it off, bro. Look, you would look so much better. Trust me. You would look so much better, Ricky, if you shaved that off. Just get it shaved off, yeah. You know. Just get it shaved off. Look, bro. You can get yourself, if you don't want to use the old-fashioned, you know, if you don't want to go all the way down to the skin, like really close up with the razor and all that, bro, pick yourself up one of those Skull shavers, or you can get one from like Skull. I think there's a company called Skull Shaver or something like that. There's also other companies. Remington does one. Get yourself even one of those and just go over your head. Trust me, it's so nice. Oh, it's so freeing when you get rid of all your hair. So freeing, my guy. Just do it. Just do it, my friend. And you'll just be so much better off, okay? All right, we're gonna go for this Jimmy-looking motherfucker though. Do a lot of Asian people not receive that much? I'm not sure. I don't really know. It's possible that he's like got some.
He ain't a looker, but then again,
it could be that he's got some Caucasian genes in him. Maybe his mother or something, or his father. Alright, we gotta get them alive though, because remember, we gotta make sure we get them all alive. Oh my days, this is gonna kill me. Yeah, I know what he looks like. I literally picked him because he looks so ugly. Alright? I picked him because he looks so ugly, okay? You don't have to send me a picture. Yeah, they did a good job with the Red Dead port. The company they used, I think Rockstar's acquired them now. Actually, I'm pretty sure they acquired the company that did the Red Dead port, which is probably for the best because they need a good porting. They need a good developer that can do ports and remasters and stuff for the future, because they did a good job. And they did all of them, to be fair. I'm pretty sure they did all of the ports to the Mon Gen. So, yeah, they should definitely use them for GTA 4 and maybe the Red Dead Redemption 2 port as well. And maybe in another 10 years we can get new versions of GTA 3, Vice City and San Andreas. I keep hoping one day they'll do a full remake of them. Like, I like the definitive editions. I think they're fine now. I had no issues with them even when they launched, but I think they look really decent now and they run really well. For me, anyway. But I would love to see with... I would love to see them do a proper remake of those one day, but... Like a full rage-based remake, but I mean... I'm not holding my breath. Come on. I know you're a bit chubby, but you can get up there. Chubby vans are important too, alright?
You know the Duggins. They got that goon fund, and boy, do they spend it. When you get close, just you be ready. I'll be shook if he's all alone in there.
I'll be shook. Who the hell are you?
What the hell you doing here? The fuck you think you're doing?
Oh.
Hey, you can't beat me.
Alright. Alright, what are we saying with these dons? Which interior is it? Oh, it's the arcade interior. I like this one. Nice lighting in here, you know. Very warm and very warm and inviting. Very oh god, what have they done to these poor arcade machines though?
You piece of shit! Take cover!
Oh.
Stop my leg!
Imagine some low level who's never been in an arcade comes in here and it's like, oh, where do I go? I love that Madame Nazar, she's basically forgotten now in because Red Dead's basically dead. So I love how she's now more important in GTA than she is in Red Dead. Like, no one gives a shit about Red Dead anymore. I did find some old footage of Red Dead, actually. I found lots of old footage of Red Dead, and I was watching some of them. I was like, ah, you know what? I do miss playing this with everyone, but I just can't bring myself to play it because it's basically dead. There we go. There might be a mod for it, Caitlin. I know that there used to be camera mods to make fake first person, and that was always fun in GTA 4.
Let me out!
I hope if they ever do a port of GTA 4, I mean, actually no, they wouldn't be able to because of the old, because they wouldn't work with the old cars and that. They would have to redo a lot. I guess if they ever do a remake of GTA 4 in like 20 years, I would love for them to put a first person mode in, like a proper one. But that would require a lot of work. Because none of the GTA 4 cars would really work. They work fine with what I've experienced when I played a first-person mod, but the interiors are very low-res, and sometimes you clip through the roof, so... Yeah, maybe one day, maybe in like 20 years, we get a proper GTA 4, you know, remake. Who knows, though, with Rockstar, but I hope that's the case one day. Oh yeah, so tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing on GTA from tomorrow onwards, because although they've announced there's a new adversary mode, but I don't know if there's any other like cool community modes they've added to the game or not. Because I was looking, and obviously we won't know those until tomorrow, but I really wouldn't be surprised if there's nothing really interesting tomorrow, so I'm hoping they'll put something like Zentornos versus Runners on, but I know they won't. But I'm hoping they do, because I really enjoyed playing the other modes a couple weeks ago. I love playing all those modes, so I'm hoping they'll put them on. But we'll see. Yes, I did say that we would maybe see it. We don't know yet, but If we get an opportunity, we might go and see it. It just depends. I know it won't be tomorrow because I'm seeing her tomorrow, but I know we won't be able to see it tomorrow, but maybe next week or something. Because I think
Give me the crepes.
it depends if it's still on, because she's got a holiday coming up in like 2 weeks. But I don't know if it will be on by then. Hopefully it will be, but I don't know. The cinemas are weird here now. Like they keep putting on the same. They keep putting on like I swear Zootopia went away a while back, but for some reason they're still showing it. I don't know why. So yeah, the cinema where I am now is weird. Yep. Get back out there, lads. Look, you guys, I want you to automatically go back out about my input, alright? Hello. You know what? I like the outfit, you know? It's a good outfit. Yeah, it's actually a really good outfit. That's one of the better outfits I've seen from the prostitutes out here, so good work. Good work. Now, this, on the other hand, this is fucking disgusting. Alright? This is low quality. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her outfit. That is a proper outfit right there. Alright? You, on the other hand, what is this? It's all mismatched. What is this? It's all mismatched. It's all, look at it, creases. Creases everywhere. No attention. No effort. No effort. Look at her.
I was shilling bum deals door to door when you were still neck deep in your mouth.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Low quality outfit. Low quality outfit. Ugh.
Jesus! Whoa!
I would definitely pick up the other one. Yeah, the other one was way better. That outfit was such low quality.
You're a real piece of work.
Nobody wants to hear it.
Absolutely low quality. Not happy about that one, but the Melania documentary is shown. I've seen some cinemas doing it, but it's like, yeah, no one gives a shit. I think it's made like maybe 30, 40 grand in the UK. Like, no one gives a shit. Like, 0 people give a shit about it. Ricky G or Riley Rose? Which one have I not done yet? Wait there. We need to see which one. Whichever one we've not done, we will be doing. Ricky G. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I might not be. Ricky G or the other one, Rose. Riley Rose, I have not done yet. Oh, I've not done either of them. Okay, Ricky G, you're going down then for that crime against humanity. That's your haircut. All right, we do not accept dons that have side hair like that, bro. It's fucking disgusting. All right, we don't accept that. Shave your hair off. Look, when you come in, when we arrest this don, I'm gonna get this man a shaver, right? And we're gonna shave his hair because this guy is a joke. This guy is a joke. Oh, but no, I don't know if I could handle being bald. I don't know if I could handle it, bro. It's easy. Look, I shave my hair every couple of days. I shave my hair. It's so nice. It's so smooth. It's fine. You can handle it, Ricky G. It's not a problem to be bald or shaved head. It's not a problem. It's fine. You look better that way. Grow out a mustache, maybe grow out a little beard. You look pretty fucking badass. And you, Brock, do not look at me like that, Brock. Stop pouting. Stop looking at me like that. All right, let's go get this guy.
Kang Pang, bank robber, ka-ching! Wait, is bank robber?
Am I going to boycott Rush Hour 4 because of the director being a predator and being backed by Trump? Wait, is the direct? Wait. Is it the same director for the other ones, or is it a new director? Wait, where's my van? Oh, it's back here. I don't think I need the van. I can just spawn it in, but why not? Is it the same one? Wait, so he's a predator and he's back. I mean, I'm not surprised. Predators back Trump. I mean, it's kind of, you know, what they do. They stick together, right? But no, I didn't know that. Yeah, I won't watch it then. No, I won't watch it then. If I ever watch it, it'll be for free using, you know, let's just be real here, piracy. But yeah, no, I won't pay to watch it then if he's a predator.
Your car is...
Backing Trump is one thing, but if he's a predator himself, that's just double as bad. Like, that's just insane. So nah, fuck that don then. I won't watch it. At least not for money. By 6 women. So it wasn't even... Jesus. If it was by 1 woman... Okay, I can understand people may not want to support him, but 6 is... I don't know, I feel like if there's 6 accusations, that's a bit mad. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6. More than 1 hand. That's more than 1. That's more than you can on 1 hand. That's crazy. Yeah, we won't go and watch it then. Again, I might watch it for free later on, but I won't pay to go see it. I won't want to give him any money or his or anything like that. I like Rush Hour, and I liked Chris Tucker. I know that he's been accused of some stuff. Whether because that's the thing we have to remember, that not everyone in the Epstein files was involved with kids. That's the thing we have to remember. Like, some of them were just shady people. Like Bill Gates, for as far as I'm aware, he didn't do anything with kids. He just did things with prostitutes and other shady things like that, which is another problem. But that's by the by. That's still shady as fuck, and I still don't want to hear about Bill Gates. I still would rather he just fucked off and disappeared. But so I don't know about Chris if he did anything with kids or not, but I hope he didn't. If you're just a shady don that did some weird shit with prostitutes, that's one, you know, fully, you know, adult prostitutes, that's one thing, but if you're doing stuff with kids, that's where I draw the line. Or adults that aren't giving it consensually, like a prostitute or sex worker given, you know, having sexual relations consensually, that's one thing. I can deal with that. But yeah, if it's like kids or anyone else, any adult who's not giving it consensually, like kidnapped people, that kind of thing, yeah, no.
Am I hearing sirens?
Someone's down!
That's how I'm looking at it with the Epstein files, is basically anyone that was on it for anything to mention like involvement with children, yes, absolutely dead to me. Trump, for example. I mean, he was dead to me beforehand, but he's definitely dead to me now. Oh, I didn't mean to shoot you, my friend. I'm sorry, my friend. I didn't mean to shoot you.
This gonna end bad.
I don't want to kill you. I just want to get you a new trim. But, yeah, I don't care so much about that stuff. As long as it was all done consensually by people that were getting paid, you know, fine, whatever. I don't care. But if you're doing, if it's done with someone who's, you know, non-consensually, that's where my issue is. So yeah, Trump, for example, perfect example of someone who I was already absolutely disgusted with, but yeah, now I'm like doubly disgusted by it because fuck me, man, like, ugh. You have to be a lowlife to be trying to, you know, do stuff with kids, especially with some of the things that was claimed, like how there was claims that he, you know, that children were murdered in front of him and stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. The guy is a complete narcissist, has no sense of empathy. He doesn't give a shit about. He lies like nothing. He lies more than he says the truth. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. I honestly, when people say stuff like, "Oh, well, we have no proof that he did anything, you know, that anyone was killed in front of him," honestly, I believe it. Because this Don is disgusting. You know what the craziest thing is? You remember, like, well, maybe you guys won't remember, but like about 10 years ago, a little bit over 10, no, about 10 years ago, there was this big conspiracy theory called Pizzagate that happened, which was the idea that there was all these children being taken and abused by politicians in Washington, and there was a lot of talk that it was being done by Democrats and that, you know, like Hillary Clinton and stuff like that. And now this has all come out, and I'm like, I think there was some truth in it. I think there was some basis in Pizzagate. Like, the idea of it was there was a big group of politicians and powerful people taking advantage of children, right? But it wasn't Hillary Clinton. It was people like Trump. And people like, you know, like that. There was actually a ring. And it's the one thing I've noticed with Republicans is that they do that thing where they accuse other people of things they're doing themselves. And I think to myself, who's to say that this Pizzagate thing wasn't taken over? Like, maybe originally there was actual, like, truth behind it. and then it was taken control of by bots and by you know, foreign actors like Russia and Israel, to then shift the conversation to, oh well, actually it was all done by a mystery group of Democrats, like, you know, a big group of Democrats like Hillary Clinton and that lot, rather than the real truth, which was it was being done by, you know, people like Trump and people like, you know, like that. It's very interesting to look at it, how the very same people who really believe Pizzagate are now denying everything with Trump. It's like, so you had this issue with prostitutes, not prostitutes, fucking prostitutes, sorry, I'm just read what Caitlin said again, about Las Vegas. You have a whole issue with people, with children being, you know, targeted by, you know, rich, powerful people, but you don't have an issue now it's one of the people you like. Because I'll be real, if it was found out that Bill Clinton did this shit with kids, I say lock him up. If Obama was found to be doing stuff with kids, lock his ass up. Bro, even if it's someone I like, even if it's someone that I support, Tim Walz, Joe Biden, Bernie fucking Sanders, I don't give a shit. If I found out a politician I liked did something with kids, lock that motherfucker up. It's as simple as that. So the fact that these dons are like allowing and excusing what Trump did because it's someone they like it says a lot about their character. It does say a lot about their character. Even if you like Trump, and I don't know how you could, but even if you like Trump, if you turn around and said, you know what, I liked him, but I can't support that. I cannot support someone who acts like that, who does things to kids. I'd be okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, fine. But fuck me, the amount of people that will overlook what Trump did to children because they like him is insane. It's insane to me. Like, I don't care who it
He's
is.
got 3 counts of robbery.
If you do things for people unconsensually
Well, this ain't the cute
or non-consensually,
kind, more the
you should be locked up.
Your kneecaps kind.
So I think that Trump should be gone. You know, all of them should be gone. And if it came out that, you know, if there was proof that Bill did something, 100% Bill should. I'm actually glad that that Hillary and Bill have both said that they'll give testimony. I'm glad they are, because they should. Because let's say, you know, I don't know if Bill's guilty of anything with kids. I think he's up to some shady shit. I don't know whether he did anything with kids. I don't think he did. But let's say for example he did, or let's say if he didn't, he should still testify because it's the right thing to do. You should still testify. You should be up there testifying because it's the right thing to do, even if you weren't involved with that stuff, or even if you were. Doesn't matter. You should be testifying.
Good luck breaking into the clubhouse. Just keep an eye out for any friends of hers.
You can't associate with anyone still backing Trump. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I mean, I'm very much in that. I'm very much like it's a struggle for me because it's like I obviously I don't want to like just hound people for supporting, you know, like a different person. I mean, I don't want to be that guy who just like, oh yeah, you know, you're not welcome here if you're not if you support Trump and all that, but I do struggle with it as well because it's like, fuck man, like, you know, you're not just supporting someone who's conservative, you're supporting someone who's a child rapist, potentially witness to murder, if not a murderer himself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to kind of justify at that point. It's way beyond what it used to be, because before it was just, oh, you support a shit person, but now it's like hardcore, like, so. Who was that one stream regular that you liked who disappointed you by liking him? Oh, DSN, yeah. I don't know if he liked Trump or not because he didn't say. He just said that he was voting Republican. Because like when we messaged him on Discord when the election was going on, and we were like, oh, it's crazy what's happening in Georgia, because he lived in Georgia, and I was like, oh, it's crazy what happened, like how, you know, like the election's just crazy right now. And he started going on about like, he started talking about how, like, you know, the Republic, you know, like how the Democrats are doing well, but the Republicans are catching up, and that you hope you know, he hopes that, you know, it's important that they win because of such and such in his state. And I'm like, oh, and then I kind of clocked. I was like, oh wait, you support the Republicans? And it was that moment I was like, I always just assumed he was a Democrat, or, you know, he wouldn't vote for that, because he always seemed quite reasonable, and he always seemed quite he always seemed like quite a reasonable person and quite smart. That's what got me, was that he always appeared quite smart, and I didn't think someone as smart as DSM would be as stupid enough to vote for the Republicans. So that's what shocked me about it, is because I always thought he was quite a smart person. I always thought he was quite a reasonable, smart person. And so when I found out that he was supporting the Republicans, I was like, oh, I was actually quite disappointed.
Fall back! Let's move!
Like, I was like, oh.
You fucking cock! Oh!
So yeah, because just the way he was talking about, like, when the Democrats were gaining, you know, votes and stuff, I was just a bit like, I could tell that he was talking like, you know, that he was supporting them, and then I was like, oh, so wait, do you support the Republicans? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh. So I was just really shocked, because I didn't expect it from him. Hey Joe, how you doing? So I don't know, it just, yeah, like, that's what got me, because whenever I've talked to DSN in the past, he's always seemed to be quite a reasonable, intelligent person. Like, he really did. I don't want to, like, just be, like, shitting on the Don, because I think he genuinely was. That's what got me. Like, I would be less disappointed if it was someone who wasn't smart, or someone I didn't respect. But I respected him. I always used to think, like, you know, he's nice, he's intelligent, he's you know, quite a empathetic person, and he would understand what we were doing. Quite, you know, when we were playing, like, on stream, he would always know what we're doing, much like Dean and, you know, Joe and Yassine. He would always know what we're doing, and always kind of pick up on stuff, on little cues and stuff, without having to really have it, you know, drilled into him. And I was really disappointed when he said that, because I was like, oh. So I don't know if he supports Trump or not. Maybe not now, but I don't know if he supported Trump, or if he just supported Republicans because, like, maybe he believed that they were better in Georgia than the Democrats. I don't know. I never asked him, because he never really responded to it, because he said he needed to go see his girlfriend or something. I don't think he wanted to really talk about it. But I was like, oh. So I don't know if he supported Trump or not, but I hope that he doesn't anymore. I hope he's kind of picked up on it and be like, hey, I'm not going to support him anymore. But I don't know. I've never I've not caught up with him since, because I don't really want to like bother him about it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to bother him and be like, oh, you know, so why did you support Trump and all that? Why did you, you know, why would you do that? Why did you support a child rapist and stuff? You know, and all that. But I don't want to really go and harass him about it, because again, it's his right to believe a certain way if he wants to believe a certain way. But it just disappointed me, I suppose. There was one dude that was in a mechanical genius at your school, and when Trump won, he said his country's back in God's hands. Oh, apparently God's hands are full of rapists, I suppose, child rapists. Not too bad, Joe. You're just extremely tired. You had a busy night and out many nights in a row, so you're excited to sleep. Oh, you've been out a lot, yeah? What, you been out to, like, clubs or pubs or something? Or what you been up to? But yeah, I don't blame you for being tired, bro. You mean in Georgia, that's not wrong, but it depends. The thing is, though, Kanan, is I suppose you could argue that, like, maybe he thought the Democrats are doing not a great job, but, like, how can, like, the thing is, though, is that you can't really say the Republicans are doing a better job either, because all they do, all especially conservatives, hardcore conservatives do, is all they ever do is just cut benefits for poor people, you know, tax people, rich people less, and then there's less money, and then they just cut other things. They never do anything that actually benefits poor people. If you're a poor person, objectively, and this isn't subjective, this isn't my opinion, this is objective fact, if you're a poor person, you will always be better off with a left or a centre-left party than a right-wing party. That is just the ultimate truth to it. Because every time we see right-wing parties, they never do anything to benefit poor people. Ever. All they ever do is benefit rich people. That's all they ever do. They cut taxes for rich. They don't ever do anything. They might say, oh, well, we'll cut tax slightly on poor. But what's the point of getting $100 off your tax a year when you are then losing out on help if you don't have health care, you know, stuff like that? Like, what's the point of saying, oh, well, at least I pay $100 left, when if a left-wing person says, we'll give you health care for free, and a right-wing person says you can pay your own health care? How is cutting tax slightly for a person helping anyone, other than if you're rich? If you're rich, yeah, you're fine. But if you're poor, you're fucked. So, you know, it's... That's the problem. your insurance got canned and you can't see your therapist anymore. See, that's the thing. Like, there's no. This is what gets me, is that there is no discussion when it comes to which side is better. Like, don't get me wrong, left-wing people can be corrupt as fuck too. You know, that's one of the reasons I don't support communism as of right now. I don't think humans are able to do something like communism correctly yet, because there's too much corrupt. Humans are too easy to corrupt. I think that in the future, a machine, this is one of my theories in the past, one of my little kind of thought processes, I think a machine, a good machine that is completely devoid of emotion, completely devoid of everything, but just looks at things factually, could do communism correctly. But I don't think humanity at the moment's capable of it, because we've seen there's too much corruption from both sides of the spectrum, but we also see that there's too many people who are willing to grift. There's too many people that are willing to get involved in something like that to control and to take advantage of. I don't think it's doable as of right now. I love the concept of communism. I don't love the application of it. And that's my issue with things as the moment, is that I just don't see it working with the way humanity is. There's too much corruption on all sides. But I do think that at the moment, I think that, you know, from an objective perspective, I do think that left-wing people on average do better for poor people than right-wing people. Right-wing people will always benefit themselves and the wealthy more. Yes, left-wing people might take advantage of some stuff too, but they will also at least try to get benefits for everyone, or some sort of help for everyone, even if they are corrupt themselves. You just got back from a club. You cut early because you're honestly fried. You had a grade of alcohol poisoning about 2 months ago, and honestly it's finished you. Jenny, don't think you can drink alcohol anymore. You don't have any joy want for it anymore. It makes you so sick from just a drop. You're only drinking because that's what people are going. It's hard, Joe, because you know what's hard is that people, it's very easy to get peer pressured, even if it's not something like you're really like aware of. Subconsciously, it's so easy to get kind of drawn into doing stuff because everyone else is like, oh, well, we're just going to the pub, or we're just going to the club, and then, you know, it's very easy to get drawn into it, and it, you know, you say, oh, well, I'm not going to drink. But then the problem is, if you're not drinking at a nightclub, it's not very fun, because it's just a loud fucking mess of drunk people. Being around a bunch of drunk people in a loud environment like that isn't as fun as when you're not drinking. So yeah, it's the problem is that if your friends like going to nightclubs and stuff, you have very little choice. If you don't want to do it, you don't really have any other choice to, you know, because you could just not do it, but then you don't want to not do it because you don't want to appear like you're not, you're not like involved in it. You don't want to appear like that. You don't want to appear like you're not up for it. It's difficult, but especially at your age, because you feel like you don't want to be left out. You know what I mean? But it's something. I had the exact same feelings when I was young. I remember thinking to myself, man, I'm really missing out because all my friends are going to nightclubs and I'm getting left behind. But then I really thought to myself and deep to myself that, you know what, I don't like alcohol, and I don't like going like out to like nightclubs and stuff. Like if I'm gonna go somewhere, it'd be somewhere like a cinema or a nice restaurant, or like mini golf or something like that. That's my kind of vibe, like mini golf or something like fun. Like I would even prefer to do something like pool or snooker, stuff like that. Maybe a little drink at the same time, sure. But I realized very early on that I don't find things like nightclubs very fun, and so I just didn't go. And it definitely hurt a little bit in terms of, because people stopped inviting me, but then I never actually had any issues with that in the end, because the people that wanted to hang out with me still. They still would invite me to other things, so it's fine. They would still be happy with me. They always say, oh, you need to invite Ryan because he's a laugh. Even when we would just be chilling, I remember people saying, oh, is he coming? No, and they were disappointed. And I don't want to say that in a way that big myself up, but there were people that I remember a moment which really meant a lot to me was how one of these people that as a guy I know, he's a good friend of mine, but I hadn't really talked to him for a little bit. And he said to one of the other guys, he was, oh, is Ryan coming? And then when they said no, he was, oh man, that sucks because he's such a laugh. And then he wanted me to, he tried to get me to come to the to a restaurant not that long after. So it was really nice. That was a great feeling. But I'm glad that people can sometimes be, realize that you're not for everything, and they will still invite you to other things and get you involved. It just won't be. They just know that your limits are. But some people can't separate that, and they get very upset when you don't do what they like to do. But, yeah, it does make you feel like a bit of an outsider. But it is a waste of money. And, yeah, they're not what they were. They're not what they were, say, 15, 20 years ago. That's for sure. So. Yeah, no, a bar, 100% a bar's way better than going to a nightclub, 100%. It's difficult because, yeah, like, especially now that you live with people, you feel more obligated. When you lived away from them, you could just say, sorry, no, I'm busy or whatever. You could kind of pick and choose if you were willing to come out. You could say, no, I'm busy, or my family needs something or whatever. But now that you live there, you don't really have that easy excuse anymore. So yeah, and then obviously, they're all going out and then you're kind of staying at home and they come back in, and I get what you mean, bro. It's a lot harder. Whereas when you weren't living there as well, it was like out of sight, out of mind. You weren't really thinking about it. But I can understand where like they might go out and then you'll be sitting at home and then you'll hear them coming in, and I can get why you might be feeling like quite like left out in a sense. It's difficult. It is difficult because it's. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's hard your age too, because you can't really build boundaries as easily. When you become older, you stop giving a shit. That's one of the best things about becoming older for me. I mean, I've always been quite good at it, but as I've got older, one of the superpowers you get is being able to say no, like I'm not interested, or no, not tonight, while still being able to say another time, or like, oh, congratulations, by the way, on 800. There you go. You just hit it. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you can say, no, it's hard when you're younger because you feel more obligated, and you also feel like, yeah, you don't want to upset anyone, offend anyone. You don't want to appear like an outsider. You don't want to become, you don't want to do it. I get it. It's tough when you're young. When you become older, you do get better at it. You do, and it's just the reality of life is that as you get older, you stop caring as much about these things, and you're more willing to say no. Like if someone asks you out after like, work or whatever, to go to a, go club or go pub or whatever, you can say, no, I'm not interested. It is something that you get better at as you get older. Or say no, or being able to change it and say, no, I'm not interested in going there. If you're willing to go this other place, I'll come along, but I'm not going there, Whereas when you're younger, if someone says, oh, let's go such and such club, and you're like, you hate that place, you absolutely fucking hate that club. And they say, yeah, let's go there. You feel like you can't really say no. Whereas when you go older, you say, no, I'm not going there. It's a shithole. If you're gonna go such and such pub instead, or such and such bar, and we can play some snooker or something, they might, as you get older, people will. Yeah, it's like in a way it is like a confidence thing as well, because when you get older, you gain a little bit of confidence in saying basically fuck off. So I think it is partly that as well. But when you're young, you're much more likely to. It's why young people typically dress a certain way, or they typically have their hair cut a certain way. Having a shaved head when you're young is like absolutely devastating, because people, you're really worried about how people will look at your head. Whereas when you get older, you don't give a shit anymore. You just go, well, whatever. It's their problem, not yours. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like young people struggle a lot more with it because it's like, because of the social aspect of it. Whereas when you get older, you stop giving a shit, and you're like, fuck them. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. It's their problem. It's their problem, not mine. Not my problem. It's their problem. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, what you have to do is, as time, if they keep pushing for clubs and stuff, you just have to establish your boundaries, Joe. You just need to have like a straight conversation with them, and say, when they're like not drunk, and just say, look, like, I appreciate you guys wanting to go club with me and all that, but I just don't enjoy it. I don't want to get drunk. I don't want to get alcohol poisoning again. I don't want to fuck my health up, especially because you work in at the moment anyway, you do like lifeguard and stuff, and you're quite a healthy person from what I can gather, considering that you're able to lifeguard. So you could, you need to just, have a heart with them, and just say, look, I appreciate it, and I really like it, and I'm happy to go maybe once in a while, but I just can't do it. I just cannot do, club. I'm happy if you want to go anywhere else, bar, we do some, we do like snooker or something, or pool, or you want to go mini golf, or you want to go play tennis or whatever, like anything else, I'm happy to do it. But I just can't do club. I just can't do it. You just have to, if you have that heart to heart with them when they're not fucked out of their heads, and just really, just really emphasize that you love hanging out with them and all that. It's just you can't do it for your own sake. Your health, your mental health, your physical health is just getting fucked by the alcohol and the experience. If you can get that across them when they're stable minded, when they're not fucked up on alcohol or drugs or whatever, if you can get that through to them, they might be more willing to say, okay, they might be more willing to compromise in general what they might be up to, or they might say, okay, we won't bother you for that. or you know, maybe only rarely, or most of the time. You know, you just, if you establish that boundary, I do feel that can work, especially because if people are fully aware of what you're feeling like about it, they might be more willing to change what they do anyway. So, you know, they might say, okay, cool. You know what? How about instead of going out club every day, we'll go do such and such instead. You know, maybe, you know, they'll still go out club maybe twice a week or whatever, but then the other days they might want to go, let's go bar, let's go, you know, snooker, let's go tennis, or whatever you enjoy doing. Now, there's also sorts of different activities you can do when you're you know, in the night time or in the evening or even the afternoon or whatever. Like you know, if you can just get that through to them, you know, any decent people would be willing to adjust. If one of my friends said, look, I don't like going to such and such place and it's really affecting me, it's really affected my health, I'd be like, yeah, cool, no worries, we'll do something else because, you know, if I enjoy hanging out with that person, I'm still going to want to do it. I'll just, you know, and I'm happy to change. But I mean, it is hard though, because a lot of young people, they only have two mindsets, which is drink, although it's not as popular as it used to be, or, you know, drink and hang out at a nightclub, or, you know, that's that's pretty much it. So it is hard. It is tough. I get what you mean. You like RDR2's intro better than RDR1's? RDR1 is so boring. It's like a gunshot, and you got the red winner's so nice. I meant to say you got the gunshot and the red logo. It's so nice. I agree. RDR2's introduction's very nicer. They're not even first years anymore either. They know clubbing's disappointing nearly, and they're sure they still care. Are they? See, this is what I'm wondering, is maybe they're doing it to... Are they doing it to keep up with it? Because that's what a lot of people do. They do it because it's just part of like what they've always done, and they get kind of stuck in that thing where, well, I've always done it. I've done it for the last 2 years, so I'm going to do it again this year, kind of thing. Are they doing it because of that? Or are they doing it with maybe the intention that maybe they'll get with some women or something? Because I know that's what a lot of my friends did. The reason they went nightclub every fucking week was to get girls. That was literally what they did. It was that anticipation that, oh, we might get laid tonight, and they did it. And they didn't even like going nightclub half the time. I could tell, because they would talk to me about how fucking shit it was, and they would keep going. I'd be like, well, why are you going then? And then they say, oh, well, I don't know. And then in the end, yeah, like as soon as one of them got a girlfriend, boom, that guy stopped going nightclub. As soon as he got a girlfriend, boom, no more nightclub, done. He didn't give a shit about it anymore. And all of them now have got girlfriends, and all of them stopped going nightclubs, except for one guy who still goes nightclubs. But he just does it because he's a party guy. He loves nightclubs. He loves getting involved. He doesn't do drugs or anything. He just loves he's a very social, very charismatic person. I love the Don. He's hilarious. One of the funniest people that I know. And, you know, and he's such an awesome guy, and he just everyone fucking knows him. Everyone in my area knows this Don. He has so many connections. Everyone fucking knows him. Everyone loves him. And he goes nightclubs and stuff still, I think, just because he just loves the game. You know, he's not interested in getting like girls or anything. He just loves the game. He just loves the experience. So I don't know, I don't know. I think most of them do it because of women, and once they get the woman they want, they no longer go. And some of them do it just because it's like the thing to do. So most of them actually have someone at the moment, so there's nothing better to do. Yeah, I think it's just if they already have girlfriends, then maybe it's just because it's like that's already what they've done, and they don't know any better. You know, it's like well, we've always done this, and it's something to do. It's doing it more for the sake of doing it rather than for the experience of like actually having a good time. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe when you have an opportunity, just like have a conversation with them and say, look, I love going out with you guys. I love hanging out, and I know I don't want to like stop doing that. It's just, is there a chance we could do anything other than nightclub? Like it doesn't do me any good, and it's making me feel shit. It's making my health bad, and I just don't want to. I don't want to keep going nightclub. Is there anything else we can do? Is there, can we look into something else or do something else? Maybe there'll be other people in the group who'll say, you know what, I'm also feeling that way. You never know. Some people keep it very, some people are very good at keeping themselves. Maybe there's someone else who'll say, yeah, fuck nightclub. I hate going nightclub. So, you never know. That someone might say, yeah, fuck nightclub. I hate this. I hate going there. Like, finally, someone said something. So I think that's the best thing to do, is just kind of have a chat with them and just try to, like that's ultimately the best thing to do in life, is just communicate how you're feeling, I know there's like a thing with guys, isn't it? You know, it's hard with guys to communicate your feelings because you don't want to, you know, because I don't know, it's stupid. I get what you mean though. As a guy, I don't like communicating my feelings either. I'm a lot better of it now as I've got older. I'm a lot better, and I have that like I don't give a fuck anymore mentality on it. But when I was younger, especially, I had a hard time expressing my feelings to other guys because I was like, you know, I was just worried about how they would take it, which is stupid, but it's true. You don't, you know, it's not even like the old traditional, gay kind of, you know, thing that you get, the old response you might get in the 2000s. It was just like you don't really, I never really felt comfortable just expressing that. But yeah, it's just stupid. You know what I mean? It's stupid. It's old like repressive male toxicity kind of shit. You know, I'm glad a lot more men these days are able to, you know, express themselves a lot better. So it's hard though when you're young, because when you're young, you don't want to be different. You know what I mean? Like, as much as people when they're young say, "Oh, I don't want," you know, a lot of young people will especially men will want, you know, when you say something to them, they'll be all boisterous about it. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I'll do what I want. You know, you see that, especially with those little dons that want to try to fight with people. They go, "Oh, I don't give a shit what people think. I'll do what I want." But really deep down, they're insecure as fuck. And I think that's so true about a lot of young men, especially. I think, you know, even when you think you're not, I think there's a lot of insecurity in the way you look, the way you dress, the way you act. And I think that plays into how people don't feel comfortable talking to other men. But when really a lot of men are just, I think a lot of people are just insecure. You know, it's like with teenagers. One of the best ways to deal with teenagers when they're trying to be little cocky bastards is just pick on something, pick on whoever it is that's being cocky and really loud, and pick on something that they, that's going to fucking break them. Something like, "Oh, you got a big ass forehead." As soon as you do that, these dons break down because they are insecure as fuck and they don't want to admit it. So I think that goes into some truth into, as you get older, even if you get into your 20s, you're still insecure about a lot of stuff. You're still insecure about little things that you may not really think about, but you are. And I think that can play a big part in it. And so, you know, you don't want to like break, you don't want to be the one that causes the waves. So, yeah. I mean, that's the thing as well, Joe. You are still worried though about being perceived as boring. You know, like that's. I think that even says to some truth. Like, I think there is a truth there. You don't want to be perceived as boring, and I think that's because you're still young. You're still, you know, you still want to be. Deep down, I think there's still an effect there, and that's something that will hopefully, as time goes on, you'll get to like my age. I hate saying that, my age, like I'm some ancient motherfucker, but I think you'll get to my age one day and you'll be like, you know what, fuck it, I don't give a shit what people think. But I do think that when you're 20s, I can completely understand it. Young 20s, you're still very unsure. You don't want people to perceive you in a certain way, or, you know, being like an outcast, a loner and stuff like that. So I get what you mean completely. I think if that's the case, the best thing to do is, like you said, have a discussion and express it as a health thing. You know, make sure you emphasize that you still want to hang out with them. It's nothing to do with them. It's just that you don't particularly enjoy nightclub, and partly because of the alcohol aspect, and it's really fucking up your health. It's fucking up your mental and your physical health, especially, you know, and you can even cite the fact you had alcohol poisoning 2 months ago. Just really emphasize that. And really emphasize that it's not that you don't want to hang out with them. It's just that, you know, is it possible to do something else? Like, can we define something else to do, or some new things to do? You know, and things like that. And maybe they'll, as I said, maybe one of them will be like, yeah, fuck yeah, like, no, I don't want to do fucking clubbing either. I only did it because I thought you guys liked it. You know, there's other things to do, and you know, maybe think up of some examples or something. You know, think up maybe, I don't know how well you know their like personal interests, but maybe try to think about what their interests are and see if there's anything that they might be, you know, more interested in doing. If, you know, do they like mini golf? You know, mini golf, that's something Rebecca had an issue with. Her friends from work would always try to get her to go out, and they would always try to get her to go to clubs, and I hated it because I don't like Rebecca going to clubs, because I don't trust motherfuckers out there. And she didn't particularly like going clubs either, and she would say stuff like, "Oh, you know, how about we go like mini golfing and stuff?" And they would be like, "No." It's like, bro, mini golf is fun. Go bowling, bowling, arcade and bowling. That's a fun one. Go arcade and bowling. Oh, that is a brilliant activity. Or go mini golf, bro. There's so many great activities to do, and none of them would be up for it because they just want to go sit in a bar and drink. Thankfully, a couple, I think one of them's had a kid, so they're not really into that anymore. but they still don't do anything really like crazy because, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know why they don't. You know, go mini golf, go like that sounds fun to me. I don't know. Go mini golf, go bowling. You uncap the FPS on RDR1, but you can't get above 140 anyway, so, well, that's fair. That sucks, Caitlin, you can't get above 140. Hey, Stan, you got your account back. You don't know if I remember you, Stan. You were back in summertime, weren't you? Summertime, we were doing sumo. I believe, yes, it was sumo remix, and I believe we were playing with Dean, Joe, and I think a couple of other Dons as well. Yeah, I remember. I also remember that you really like Minecraft. So, yes, I remember you very well. Hope you're doing well. What happened to your account? Did it get, like, stolen or something? Or did you just, like, lose access to it? Some Don's literally in the club scouting and was, like, preying on drunk people. Most weird thing you've seen, and they're just hanging out watching. Yeah, it's... No, nightclubs are so shady, man. There's so many people out there who just look for women and harass women. It's... Yeah, I don't know. It's... really, really disturbing what happens out in nightclubs, and yeah, I don't like Rebecca going to nightclubs because I don't trust. It's not that I don't trust her; it's I don't trust other people. I think that's the real. That's the kind of the aspect of I think how a lot of like decent men think about their women is that it's not that they don't trust their woman; it's that they don't trust other people around their woman. And that's how I feel about a lot of it. When she'd go out to nightclubs, I'd be like, oh shit, you know, like hope no one, you know, hopefully no one chases, you know, like starts harassing her, no one like tries to roofie her, no one tries to follow her home, kind of thing. So. Some kid wanna be in the gift card giveaway. Oh man. Can't believe that was like 7 months ago now. 6-7 months ago. You didn't have the email. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. That's fair. Well, I'm glad you got your account back anyway. I'm glad you got it back.
Second-degree murder charge. Something of a legend back in his day, but now he's running back.
It just shows how easy it is to lose access to accounts if you're not careful.
Serious monster muscle. No wonder no one's wrangled him yet. You'll be fine.
Why is he trying to mug you? Because you're rich. You're rich now. How much you got? Like 400 grand? JB's not rich. You know, out of context, that sounds mad. I'm not gonna lie. That does sound mad saying that out of context. If you don't know the I don't imagine that Stan knows the context what happened with JB. So that's probably the most maddest. That's probably the most maddest thing to hear. You have 77k. Yeah, you're doing alright, Kaylin. You spend a lot of money, to be fair, on the stream.
We could definitely use the element of surprise in this fight. Let's take out the jammers so we can ambush this guy.
We're gonna go jail Brassy again.
Here's the lowdown on Brock Thompson. He's a big ex-boxer.
If I see someone built, I always think Brassy, always.
He tore a referee's arm off. After that, he switched to selling knockoff steroids.
Like,
Every bodybuilder in the West.
doesn't matter what it is. If I see someone built, it's Brassy.
All the cops are too terrified to go near him. Then that's where we come in.
Oh man.
You get the coordinates I just sent you? Some shady shit going on down there. Big weapons trading and stuff like that.
You'll jail Brassy if he comes in here and starts saying some bullshit about Red Nurse again.
Okay, it's offline.
Oh no, I love that he stands on that though. He absolutely loves Red Notice. I love that he stands on it. He backs that no matter what. It's genuine slop. Honestly, couldn't say anything about it. I've not watched Red Nurse, so I can't really say anything. You never seen it because it looks like slop. Oh, that's funny, man. You didn't see it because he looks like a slop. Oh yeah, Joe, how does it feel having the mod roll then? How does it feel having the sword next to your name instead of that diamond that you've had there for like 5 years? It looks good. Yeah, the green sword is pretty fire. It does mean we have more VIP slots though, so that's good in the future for anyone else who might get VIP. We got, I mean, to be fair, we had a lot of slots anyway, but yeah, we have slots of people who meet the requirements anyway, so that's good. You saw the blue in the Discord and something about it just feels right. It's pretty fire to have it, like it does look good. It's nice seeing it more because before only Cave had it. And you know what's funny is that he didn't actually have any mod powers on Discord because I never set it up to actually do anything. I've set up the I've set up now to have powers, and I'm writing up like a basic guide on like different ways you can use it, as well as like, you know, genuinely what to look out for. And then hopefully I'll post it in the mod section so that just so there's like a consistent set of like how we're going to deal with stuff is more consistent going forward. So to avoid situations like what happened with AF. I think we have 40 VIP slots, I think. And I think like, well, how many of them are being used now then? So there's Yassine. There's Caitlyn. Blurple, that's 3. Brassy, 4. I think it's 4 now. Only 4 VIPs now. So I'm using 10% of the slots. Yeah, I had a lot of slots, because remember during COVID when we had like 40, 50 people sometimes in chat? That unlocked it for me. That unlocked me the 40 slots. So I've got a lot of VIP slots. I could hand it out to technically everyone that watches, but I'm like, nah, it has to be like a reward or an incentive rather than just being given away to everyone. You need to earn it, you know? Yeah, AF will not be a VIP going forward. He can't have a VIP like that. Obviously JB lost his VIP. He got banned. But yeah, no, AF was also lost his VIP.
Hey, I wasn't snooping or nothing, but you got an EMP launcher, right? You can use that to stop the convoy.
Oh, that's a good idea, whatever your name is. I can't remember your name now. Oh shit, it was hit me. That was easy.
Looks like they stopped.
Oh yeah, Kasiga's lost it as well. Give AF LIP. Oh, what? JB or AF? Which one? Oh, shit. Oh, LIP, what? It's not a joke for life in prison, is it? That's good. Alright. Oh, I gotta take these guys out. Oh, AF. I thought it was gonna be a joke for life in prison. I was like, oh my. But yes, no, I agree. AF would get an LIP if I had one to give.
Go get 'em.
But yeah, no, there's a fair few roles open for business now. So if obviously if in the future anyone hits the requirements, they might get it. But yeah, to get VIP, you'd have to be someone who like is involved. Like, I mean, as you guys know, I mean, I typically give it to people that are very regular. I see them a lot. I know them. I know the person well enough. Like, I know them outside of just, you know, the occasional conversation. I have to feel like I understand where that person's coming from. I need to know more than just the occasional convo. Like, so there isn't like a real hard, although there are some like requirements, there's no like hard rule, but yeah, there's a vibe. Yeah, it's 500 minimum, but honestly, if it was someone who's regular enough and has shown to be reasonable and you know, I actually get to know them enough, yeah, they could technically get it under 500, although 500 is the rule. It's not like a hard rule where you hit 500 you get it. Because obviously, you know, some people watch for 500 hours, but, you know, who's to say? I mean, you know, we doesn't mean anything really, unless if it's like if you might watch for 500 hours and say what 5 things, like how am I supposed to give VIP to someone like that if I don't know anything about them? I don't know what they're meaning. I don't know what they're saying. You know, nothing against them. I just need to be able to understand. I need to get the vibe. So it is strange though, isn't it? Yeah, it's strange seeing it. I'm not gonna lie. Like looking at it now, it is weird seeing it, seeing the little sword.
Hey, you ain't shit.
You ain't shit.
You know Brock fucks with bull shark testosterone, right? That shit puts hairs on your chest. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that, Kate. Like, I remember when you first came by on those GTA San Andreas streams I did. I remember being in, I think I was in Las Venturas when you first came by. I remember because you were, I remember it back in the, yeah, I remember that really well, actually. Playing Las Venturas, and I remember you talking about how, about the games and all that, and I remember you'd be on you'd use your phone, I think, for a... So I remember back then you didn't have, like, you obviously didn't have your new computer, but I remember, yeah, you would talk about phone, and I think, I remember you talking about you had an Android at one point as well, and then I remember you talking about, you know, getting your iPhone, and you were really excited for that. Yeah, I remember, it's been a long time. Yeah, the San Andreas streams were back in 2022, I think, because I remember 2020, yeah, it was 2022, I think I did the San Andreas streams. It's really weird. It's really weird to think about, like, that it was that long ago that I did them. Time has flown by. I mean, you could argue that also time has really changed because of the fact that GTA 6 has still not come out. Like, back then, we were all so sure that GTA 6 was going to be out, you know... We all thought it was going to be out, like, 2024, 2025, you know... Never happened. Here we are, 2026, and we're still waiting for this fucking game to come out.
Good to see you, boss.
So... yeah, it's weird to think about, isn't it? But yeah, San Andreas was that long ago, 3 years ago. 3-4 years ago. Been following for 4 years, 2 months, and 24 days. Had to calculate because you lost those old accounts. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I remember, I believe it was, yeah, it was around the same time the game came out, because I remember you were there like day 1 or 2 or something for the game for GTA 3's Definitive Edition. I remember that. I remember that was a crazy stream. We had like 20 something people, 20-30 people just watching, because like no one was streaming it really. Like, I think that really helped me because no one was really streaming it. None of the big dons that usually come in and hog everything were even bothering streaming because there was that big outrage that they didn't look very good or whatever. So I was actually very lucky when those games came out because I managed to get a lot of people to see, which was awesome. So it was the exact first day. See, I wasn't sure if it was the first day because I couldn't remember if I actually streamed it on day 1 or not. But yeah, if it was the first day, then that's crazy. Like, that's actually nuts. You started watching because you were grinding Casino Heist when they were new, Joe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nah, it's crazy, man. Because that would have been... yeah, because the 2020... Yeah, because Casino came out at the end of 2019, didn't it? Me and Yassine and Dean and all that, we were grinding it when COVID happened. We started grinding it, and Rebecca, and we were grinding it. We were just every day, Casino, 4 casinos a night. So many people around at that time watching just to see, like... us do the same heist 4 times a night. Sometimes more. Yeah, I mean it's one of those things like you know it's like if you didn't check that one day, if whatever happened that day that made you check the streams, you would never have known. It's crazy to think. I think that's the issue nowadays, is that it's so hard to find this stream nowadays. That's why it's like really slowed down over the years, is because I'm now like 6th to 8th page on average on GTA, and that's with a much higher average view rate than back then. Back then, 5 views, I was on the 2nd page at the most. I was usually 4th line down, 4th or 5th line down, 5 view average, right? Now, 10 to 12 view average, 8 pages in. It's ridiculous. So like, yeah, people these days will never find me because of that. It's absolutely, it's all roleplay. It's all, GTA is just roleplay now. You go on the GTA category, roleplay, 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 roleplay. It's all fucking roleplay. It's all just people sitting around pretending to be burger shot dons. It's weird. It's like, all it is. It's just roleplay. No, that's exactly it, Joe. We need a separate category. Because it's, at first, it wasn't so bad. But what's happened is just, it's just ruined it all. And it makes advertising so much harder now, because obviously in the old days we would always have a couple of people a day at least, new people we could like, you know, some of them would stick around, some of them wouldn't, but we would get people in who could then play with us on the game. But it's just impossible to do that now. It's absolutely impossible to get enough people to like come by in the first place. Like, getting people to stick around is one thing, you know. Some people will stick around, some people will come by occasionally, you know, because they're busy or whatever, or they have other streamers they watch. Cool. But it's so difficult to get new people, and that's the problem, is that if you can't be seen by anyone, you won't get anyone new. So yeah, it sucks. It does suck, because obviously it means that we can't get people to do, you know, new modes with us that we would want to do like we used to be able to. But here's life, you know. GTA 6 will be even worse, I imagine. Like, at first it'll be worse, because there will be a bunch of people that will stream the game. Let's be real, every streamer's going to stream GTA 6 when it comes out. So yeah, it's going to, well, I'm probably going to be on like page 25 or some shit, because of how like difficult it will be to be seen. It's so fucked. And it's not like I'm saying like, oh, I should be above. Like, I'm not saying I should be above other dons. I'm just saying that like, it's so difficult to get seen now because of the roleplay element on GTA 5. And then when GTA 6 comes out, every random don is going to be playing it. And they don't even have any connection to GTA, a lot of these dons. Like, someone like, you know, Bruffy, sure. Someone like, what's that don that does all the speed runs? I can't remember his name, the Australian don. Him. Okay, fine. You know, people that actually have connections to GTA, actually have a love for GTA. But then there's these other dons that have never played, that only play GTA because it's popular. Yeah, Dark Viper, that's it, thank you. And they're going to come in and they're just going to sweep up the game. And as soon as the next big game comes out, they're just going to move on. And they don't give a fuck about GTA. They don't give a fuck about the long term, the community. They don't give a fuck about the experience of the game. They just give a fuck about the fact that it's going to be the big thing. They're going to get a shit ton of follows and a shit ton of subscribers and a shit ton of donations. And then they're just going to fuck off somewhere else. And all the actual GTA dons are going to get left. You know, what's left? It sucks. It absolutely sucks. It's the same shit that happened with GTA 5. And it's like, sure, that'll benefit me in the long run, because my best time was about 6 years after GTA 5 came out. That was when I was really cooking, because that was when no one was really streaming it until roleplay started becoming a thing. But it sucks because it's an insult on the game, you know? It's an insult on the community of the game. Like, the community deserves better, you know? Like, we all, this game deserves a good set of big streamers that can set a good standard, you know, for the game and for the community. But it doesn't have that, because, you know, I mean, it does have a few of them at least, like Dark Viper and all that. I don't particularly care for Dark Viper, but I do think that he does good for the community. And the same with Bruffy. I don't agree with everything Bruffy says. I disagree with a lot of things Bruffy says, but I agree that he's a good member of the community. And I think it's a shame that dons like that aren't, you know, especially Bruffy. Like Bruffy's, you know, he's not even that big when you look at his YouTube. Like, I don't know, I'm saying that, you know, like when I'm nowhere near his size, but bro's got like 200 something thousand subscribers on YouTube. I'm like, bro, why has he only got 200 something thousand? He's created some of the best content for GTA 5. Why the fuck has he only got 200,000 subscribers on YouTube? Why? And especially considering his videos are actually useful. Because they are actually, it's not just random shit. It's actually useful content that helps people understand the cars and the mechanics of the game. Why the fuck has he only got 200 something thousand subscribers? That's my issue with it. So when the big day happens, it won't be Bruffy. I mean, yeah, he'll benefit from it, I'm sure. It won't be Bruffy and dons like that will be getting all the views and getting all the likes and the subscribers and the donations and all that good stuff. It will be the big dons, the ones that don't give a shit about the game other than the fact it's popular, and will leave as soon as it. You know, all they'll do is criticize the game, criticize Rockstar for not doing it the way they wanted it, probably give them some shit feedback, and then they'll fuck off when the next big game comes out. It sucks. It really sucks. It's a shame that this community doesn't have better. It doesn't have, you know, the people that are actually useful to this community, like Bruffy, aren't bigger than they are. So, yeah, it sucks. GTA is basically just a popular different version of VR chat. Yeah, that is actually very true. And when GTA 6 drops, it'll break viewership records for sure. It will definitely. We're going to see every streamer, every fucking streamer, in real life streamers, meta streamers, all of them will be playing this game. It's going to be fucking ridiculous. And again, like I said, they'll take all the views, take all the subscriptions, take all the donations, and people who deserve it, people like Bruffy and dons like that. You know, I don't really look at many people in the community. I don't choose to really engage in the GTA community, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some other decent streamers, and they'll get very little compared to these other big fuckers. They'll hoard up they'll take everything, and then the other dons get left behind. It just sucks. So it's just shit. You hope the stream isn't crowded first day. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get anyone new first day. I'm gonna be completely real on that. I do not expect to grow much during GTA 6. I'm going to be completely real because, like I said, I think in the first... I think that for the first 6 months, it's going to be completely oversaturated. And then the next 6 months, it will be maybe a slow drip. And it will be, that's about it. I don't expect to grow much at all in that period. Because, again, it's just the big streamers will suck up all the views. And then a lot of the views will disappear by that point because people will be kind of over it at that point. There'll be some dedicated people that might trickle in and be like, oh, you know, what are you doing? Oh, you're doing LTS is cool. Let me, you know, can I play? There might be some people be like, oh, so you're doing Heist grind or whatever. Cool, let me, you know, can I play? There'll be a few, but I would imagine that it won't be anywhere near as much as it used to be, just purely because of the way that Twitch is now and the way that meta streamers have just sucked up everything. They've sucked it up. Like, you know, we never used to have that mega streamer aspect. You know, even if you go back to the 2010s, there never used to be that mega streamer. There were big streamers, sure, and there were ones that were known outside of their community, sure, but it wasn't like mega streamers. We're in the era now, since 2020, it's built this new form of streamer, which is the mega streamer, as I call it. Basically, people that are beyond they're so big, they're so meta, that no matter what, they will always dominate, and they will always hoard up all the they'll take up all the views, take up all the donations, take up all, and it's starving everyone else. It's the 1% of the 1%. You know, I'm top 4.5% or so on Twitch, and I'm like, what, average 10 viewer, average 2,000, 500 followers that keep dropping because people unfollow here and there, never gets to 2,500. Top 4.5%. So let's say top 1% is people that get 10,000 with an average viewership of, say, 50. That's tiny compared to some of these dons out there. Like, that's not even, that's not even comparable to some of these dons that get 50,000 viewers, millions of followers, tens of thousands of subscribers. It's insane. It's like, it's insane. It's like the billionaires overlooking the millionaires, overlooking the rich people. The normal rich people. So, yeah. Dark Viper gives a crap about GTA views. He'll do any bullshit you just haven't I'll say he'll do any bullcrap other than person has a number of views. Yeah, I mean, he likes his viewership and all that, and I'm sure he does it also. I'm sure he enjoys the. I don't know him enough to know whether he's, what his intentions are. I don't really know him, and I don't want to judge him because I don't know him that much. I don't care for him, but I know that, he brings a lot of attention to the game in a good way, so that's good. Look at GTA Men. Yeah, I know GTA Men. I don't really look at any of the GTA streamers because I don't particularly care for any of them. But yeah, even GTA Men's not huge. Like, if you go to COD and that, a lot of the biggest streamers in that are huge, right? They're all big in their, go to any game like Fortnite, the biggest streamers there are huge. But GTA doesn't really have that mega streamer aspect yet. It might do with GTA 6, I don't know. But I mean, I have no idea. At the moment, it doesn't seem to have that mega stream aspect. But I know these other ones like XQC and all that. Yeah, like what Joe said, Rubius, Jinxie, all these dons will come in and they'll just hoard it. And yeah. Bruffy doesn't have enough quick transitions in his videos. You actually have to focus and watch them without distraction. Microdopamines, most if not many, are too quick for that kind of content. Yeah, exactly, Joe. That's a very good point, because that's the kind of content I like as well. Like, I love watching a good 45-minute video, even if it's just like I love watching. I used to love watching his G-threads because they were 35 to 45 minutes long, and I don't need to be cut. I don't need cuts. I love watching the whole thing start to finish. That's the kind of style that I did for my videos. And yeah, I could probably do transitions, quick snaps and all that. And I probably could do definitely a lot better with it. But I don't like that. And I can't wholeheartedly do that for my own content if I don't enjoy it myself. That's the problem. Is that I can't do it because I don't want to make stuff that I wouldn't want to watch. So all the stuff I've put out is stuff I would watch because it's stuff that is actual, the full situation. Even the bits where I die, even the bits where, it's a bit, the bit of a boring bit where you're waiting to get to the next bit of action. I love all that because it's the build up. But I know a lot of people these days, they don't want that. And I've thought about it, but I'm like, I can't do it because I wouldn't enjoy watching it myself. I don't enjoy quick cuts, especially the ones that people do these days where it's like constantly. I don't mind quick cuts in the old days when it was like, just skipping between, the good bits, even when there was a little bit of a quiet bit, it would just skip to like different bits that were interesting for the viewer and like relevant. But now it's just like cut. It's just cuts, non-stop cuts. And I don't know. I don't find that really enjoyable. I think it just kind of, I don't know. But yeah, you're 100% right. People don't want to watch. The meta's changed in terms of Twitch as well. Like people these days want that dopamine hit constantly. And so same with YouTube and Twitch. It's like you can't really get to this mega level anymore unless if you are willing to do that stuff. And I'm glad that Bruffy sticks to his guns and he loves doing the long form content and he loves doing it. He doesn't edit it that much. It's just straight to the point. It's straight. We're going to do like a 45-minute round of race, like a race all the way around. Who gives a shit if we're like 18th in the race and nothing exciting happens for like 5 laps? We're going to include it. And I love that because that's exactly what I want to see. I don't want to just see the highlights of people's lives. I want to see the downsides. I want to see the bit where they're low and that comeback happens. Maybe it never happens. Like sometimes, he's down 18th and he never comes back from it. But I love that because it's real. It's, you're not always going to have this happy ending that it seems to be so many people want to see now in quick cuts. And also the fact that people want to see nothing, they all want to see the bad stuff like bits that kind of trigger the person, rage bait, like they love seeing that. They love seeing it when someone gets rage bait or something happens. They love that kind of shit. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the system has changed so much. So I think the meta's just changed. You have a whole video of just you playing Red Dead for an hour and you didn't even play but 2 missions. You just did it as it was. See how you. I mean, that's exactly, Kalen. Like I love that kind of content. I think that's really good. Like I think that's the best kind of content. Like. I don't know. One of the people I used to watch back in the day who did Mario Maker stuff, his content used to be like 45-minute long, like 100-mans, right? Where he would everything was included. But in the last few years, when I've seen his stuff, it's all been cut down now. So it cuts between like when he's doing a speed run, not a speed run, he's doing like practice for speed run, and it will cut between the bits which the hard bits. It'll cut to the bits where, you know, and I want to see the failures. I want to see it all. I don't want to just see like the bits where he's managing to pass it, like a few failures, and then it goes past. If he failed 100 times, I want to see that. I want to see him failing 100 times. I don't want to just see like, you know, the bits where he gets through. Like, I don't know. I really enjoy that, but apparently that's not it anymore. You know, the meta's changed. Have I done Hunter Duggan? No, I've not done Hunter Duggan. All right, I'm doing Hunter Duggan then. Thank you.
Got a guy who goes by Duggan, but his legitimacy is wishful thinking on his part, I reckon. Hell of a record. Assault, embezzlement,
Jacksepticeye,
animal cruelty.
he uploaded the whole video by 3 hours long. Really?
Could be trouble.
No, I mean, I don't mind some small cuts here and there just to kind of get rid of like breaks and stuff, or between rounds or whatever, if it's like a round-based game, but I don't see the point of like cutting it all down to nothing. But that's the meta now, isn't it? You know, that's the meta. That's what people want. That's why TikTok is so. I mean, TikTok is big because it's destroyed people's brains. That's why short-form content is so popular now, because, you know, like if you go back to when I was young, short-form content was actually unpopular. Like, you know, if you upload to YouTube, it was always recommended that you should upload at least 20 minutes worth of video. You should never upload less than that, because it was considered to be, you know, obviously not everyone had a choice, but the partners were all very excited because they could have longer videos, and that was the thing. Everyone wanted to be able to be a partner to get longer video access. But now it's like, longer videos? No. No one wants that anymore. It's all short videos they want. If we went back in time and told that to the YouTube dons back in 2006, maybe they would have made all their, maybe they would have made it so you need to be a partner to upload something less than 2 minutes long. But, I don't know, it's... So yeah, I don't expect to, I don't expect to grow too much by the time with GTA 6 anyway. I really don't. I just don't think that I don't fit in the meta. I don't fit in the meta these days, so. And I'm not willing to change to meet it, you know? I'm not willing to do all the shit to be meta. I'm not willing to be loud and, you know, be stupid, and, you know, I'm not willing to do all that. It's just not me.
I'm a fucking Marine! Like the protection! They hit him! Dick!
I couldn't imagine anything worse than being loud and obnoxious and dumb and ignorant, especially ignorant, because that's what a lot of male streamers especially are. Very ignorant motherfuckers now. It's like that seems to be the meta these days for male streamers, is to just have the worst takes.
Let's see what you got.
It's to have the worst takes, you know, be mildly offensive, you know, bit of misogynistic, you know, a little bit of misogyny, a little bit of transphobia, a little bit of, you know, very subtle racism. You know, it seems to be that's what gets you places now if you're a male streamer, is to be loud, obnoxious, and have really shit takes on other people. And that seems to be what it does. That's what... Yeah, it's sad. It seems to be that's what everyone's aiming for. Northern Lion. Yeah, I've heard he's pretty good. I haven't watched him, but I've heard he's from what people say, he's pretty good. It's good that there are still people like that around, you know, old school dons, but yeah, a lot of the dons these days, they're just, especially on the male side, is just very sad. And on the female side, it's all very, from what I've seen, a lot of them are on the female side of things on Twitch are just very either overly sexualized or very kind of high school girl aspect. You know, the meta seems to be a bunch of girls all hanging out together, you know, gossiping and doing stupid shit, being stupid as fuck when they're out driving cars, when they got their camera on. Extra Emily. You know, committing multiple crimes, almost killing people extraordinarily.
I'm not
You know, like it just seems to suck. It just really seems to suck. That's what Twitch has evolved into is basically it promotes dumbasses instead of actual decent people, and it sucks. And like I said, that's not me saying, oh well, I deserve to be in the place that they are. I'm speaking from a perspective of someone who also sometimes watches Twitch and tries to find streamers that I enjoy. I'm gonna be real. 2019, I found loads of streamers I liked. 2021, 2020, 2021, I found a few. I haven't found any streamers I particularly care for since then. I've stopped watching Twitch completely. There's a few streamers from back in the day I still occasionally watch, but other than that, most of them I just don't watch. I had to go through a massive unfollow on YouTube as well around the Trump assassination time. Trump. I wish. No, the Trump assassination attempt, which was clearly not actual assassination attempt. It was very obviously set up. Completely load of bullshit. Never seen anything like it. Looked like a fucking WWE event. And there was a lot of YouTubers that I was watching at the time who started going on and on and on about how bad that was and all this different stuff. And then when the Charlie Kirk thing happened, there was a lot of YouTubers who had previously not been very political who started going, and it wasn't just like, oh, I believe political violence is wrong. It was, they're out to get us kind of mentality. And and I was like, oh, okay, so fair enough. So I had to unsubscribe to a whole bunch of people because all they were doing is going on, oh, they're out to get us and they want to destroy our way of life and all this bullshit. I was like, bro, look, Charlie fucking Kirk's wife is celebrating that he died. Look, let's be fucking real. It probably was her that put the fucking hit on him because let's be real, that ain't normal to be that much in love with the fact that your husband died. If someone killed my wife or my husband or whatever, there's no fucking way I'd be out on stage dancing and shit. No fucking way. I would not be on stage fucking dancing. So, no, the amount of dons that revealed themselves when that happened and were like, oh, but blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool. So I went through a massive unfollow and unsubscribe thing at that point. People that had previously never mentioned anything to do with politics, but now were like very political all of a sudden. Very interesting. I was like, so it was obvious. So obviously they just were smart enough to keep it to themselves, but yeah, it just made me laugh.
And burglary charges. Rumor is he also kills all his witnesses.
Oh yeah, people getting up in arms. Yeah, it's the amount of people that are defending ICE right now. Again, another good reason to unfollow a lot of people and unsubscribe to a lot of people. But it's what I mean though. Like a lot of the streamers these days. It's just look at the type of people that like follow. Like look at Joe Rogan, that type of people. It's all just, it's all people that are just really shitty. It's predominantly men, unfortunately. Very ignorant, shitty takes, very shitty views towards anyone who's not a white straight man. And I'm like, bro, how is that popular? But then I suppose it makes sense because that's what people. Lots of kids grew up watching people like that who then became more bold about it, and now it's normalized, That's the one thing I think that gives me a little bit of pause with DSN. He grew up in a place which is very conservative, probably to conservative parents, but also because he grew up in an era where a lot of young guys are falling prey to these kind of people. So that's why I'm not like, I'm disappointed, but I don't like hate him or anything, because I understand it's difficult when that's the kind of environment you grew up in. You grew up in a world where that's so normalized now. So I'm not like, I don't hate him or anything. I'm just disappointed in him, but that's about it. There was some contrarian douchebag nobody liked in a server that posted nice to me when you finally got banned. That's the thing, like, any reasonable person would say something like, I disagree with unlimited immigration, illegal immigration, I believe that we should reduce illegal immigration. Fine. But how can anyone say that the way they're doing it is appropriate? Like in the UK, we're cutting down on illegal immigration, but no one knows about it that much because we don't see dons walking around with guns, arresting random people just because they look a bit different. In the UK, they make sure to do the research. They make sure to get it all checked by the right people, the judges and all that. They go out, they go in normal transit vans. They all wear normal, stab vests and, all labeled up with, the appropriate identification, badges that identify who they are. It's all done by the book. It's all done properly. And they get in, they get out. That's it. They don't harass people. They don't go around trying to kill people or harm people. They don't stick people on random, into random countries that they didn't come from. They don't put people in like fucking concentration style camps. We don't have any camps in the UK where there's a bunch of children screaming, "Let us out." None of that. And yet we're still able to deal with immigration issues. So what's going on there? Why is it that in the UK we're able to deal with it by having, proper, decent services that deal with it, like, a proper organization that actually deals with it all by the book, whereas in America it's a bunch of thugs who are happy to shoot people dead in the street, more so than even the police. I mean, it's nuts to me. And I don't know how anyone can justify that, like, it's one thing to say, I think that immigration is a problem, fine. That's a fair argument to make. I no issue with that. It's another thing to say, yes, we should round up people, put them in camps, deport them without due process, and to do so, we're going to hire a bunch of unqualified buffoons that frankly wouldn't be qualified to work in a McDonald's. We're going to give them guns, we're going to give them military-esque equipment, unlimited power, and we're going to set them on the streets with no actual oversight. It's like, yeah, that's pretty, that's the thing. It's like, it's fucked. Like, regardless of personal view on a topic, is you should never have people doing stuff like that. You should never have uneducated, unqualified thugs being given military gear with no oversight. It's nuts to me. So yeah, anyone who can back Heist, I'm just like, yeah, you need help, because it's fucked. After seeing that video, I mean, seeing the video of that lady dying, getting killed was nuts. But seeing that video of the other guy who literally got pushed down in the street and had one of the ICE agents literally pull out a pistol and shoot him 9 times, point blank, in the back of the fucking neck and head and all this shit. I'm like, nah, that's fucked. That's just a straight execution at that point. That's the type of shit the Nazis did. That's the type of shit the fucking Nazis did, bro. Not supposedly good people who are just doing a job. No, that's the type of shit that Nazis did. It really makes me appreciate the UK, like, it really does. It really makes me appreciate the UK, because, that wouldn't happen in the UK. Whenever there's a shooting with the police, for example, these are, the armed police in the UK. This is a real police force, not like a bunch of thugs, but a real police force. In the UK, you've got to go through a lot of training to become an armed police officer. Every bullet you shoot, there is an investigation. Every single bullet is investigated if you shoot someone. Even if you don't shoot someone, even if you shoot near someone, every bullet is investigated. Every shooting is investigated fully. They have to make sure that what you did was reasonable. And there is some things I disagree with. Like, I don't like the media storm that happens whenever someone gets shot by someone in the UK, because the media goes frenzy. And it's like, oh, you know, they start revealing the person's name, and the person basically gets absolutely thrown under the bus in the media, even if they did something which was reasonable. Before the trials even happened, before the investigations even happened. And I think that's wrong. The person should be anonymous in the UK until the trials happened, and then the name can be revealed if they were guilty. I don't think they should be allowed to throw these people under the bus by a bunch of people that weren't there. And that's because in the UK we actually do investigate it properly. It's done by a third party. It's not done by, you know, it's all done by the book, and it's done by usually by if there's any sort of misconduct, it's investigated by other police forces, not by the police force that's actually involved. It's all done by other police forces and by third-party organizations to avoid the issue of corruption. But so that's one thing I will say. I don't like the police absolutely get harassed for doing their job. But I do agree with the idea that every single bullet is investigated, every single action is
What's going on?
absolutely,
Okay, call me back once you decide.
you know, like it's all questioned. You know, is there anything else could have been done? You know, could it have been done differently? Could it have been avoided? That kind of thing. There's all this questioning to ensure that what was done was appropriate. You know, and that's good. That's what you want. And if there is corruption, which there is in the police force, unfortunately, there are some corrupt people in the police force. I do like as well that there is a database that if you end up getting fired because of the corruption or because you did something inappropriately, you will be banned from working in any police force in the UK. Whereas in America, it's like you can kill someone and then just go work in another police force and no one will care. So I like that in the UK, it's all done properly. Yeah, there are still bad apples, and some of them get through, but for the most part it's a lot more stringent, and the things that are bad can be improved. Whereas in America it just seems to be hopeless. Like, the police are bad enough, and then you have these people that are even less qualified than police. Like, the police in America, I heard, are very unqualified. You know, they have like a 40-day course to learn how to shoot a gun or something. That's it. In a lot of places, it's nuts. Whereas in the UK, it's a lot more stringent. And it's not perfect, it can be improved, but for the most part, I feel safe around police in the UK. I do think some of the stuff the police do is stupid. Don't get me wrong, I do think some of the things they do is absolutely fucking ridiculous, but for the most part, when I see a police car or I see police walking around, I don't worry. I don't think to myself, oh shit, you know? When I see a police car driving down the road, I'm not thinking to myself, oh fuck, you know, are they gonna have a problem with me or whatever. Most of the time they won't even question you, but if there is something going on where you look maybe a bit suspicious, or let's say for example they have like, I think it's like a section, is it section 60, where there's like a knife order, like, where someone had been stabbed or something, or there's been knife crime and they've like introduced a stop and search. Even then, I don't worry about it, because I've never been stopped or searched. I guess because I'm white, they probably don't give a shit, but if I am stopped and searched, at least I don't worry about whether they're just going to shoot me because I said something wrong, or because I might look a certain way. You know, like, I don't love the idea of being able to just be stopped and searched and all that, just for the shits and gigs, but I know I don't do anything wrong, at least, so if they do stop and search me, they can look through my pockets, that's cool, they're going to see nothing of worth, and then probably have a joke and then move on. You know, probably have a laugh, you know, wish them the best, they'll probably wish me the best, move on. In America, it seems to be like, you just look at one of these people wrong and they fucking shoot you.
Pull over, stupid! Now!
So, you know, I appreciate the fact I live in the UK. It's a bloody good place to live compared to America, that's for sure. I do hope that one day sense will prevail, and I do hope one day that these people that are in ICE will get, you know, like a Nuremberg-style trials. You know, the excuse of we were following orders is not good enough. You know, if you're doing stuff like that, if you're willing to be part of ICE at this point, you know, you're complicit. It's not a question of, oh, well, I'm just doing my job. You can leave. You can leave it. You don't have to work at ICE. You can leave. If you don't agree with what they're doing, you can leave. You can at any point, you can quit. And you can tell them why you're quitting. But yeah, I do hope I hope that one day these people will get Nuremberg-style trials where they'll be, you know, they'll have to testify as to why they were doing these, following these orders. Why were they doing what they did? Why were they killing people? Why were they, you know, illegally deporting people without due process? Why would they, you know, all that? I want to see that. But they won't. Let's be real, they won't. Because the Republicans won't do it, obviously, and then the Democrats ain't gonna do it because they don't want to. Oh well, we don't want to like stir it up. We don't want to be too harsh and cause division and all this bullshit. It's like the other side will literally kill people for the fun of it. And then, you know, you say, okay, well, how about you fight back using the law? No, we can't do that. It's like with January the 6th. And it's like with all the stuff with like Trump, which was coming out. They all did their best to avoid having to deal with the situation, rather than just deal with it, rather than just get rid of him, you know, put him away in prison where he belonged. None of them wanted to touch it because it was like, oh well, we don't want to cause division. We don't want to stir up half the country. And I'm like, well, why not? Why the fuck would you not? Like, imagine if in the American Civil War, they were like, nah, you know, we don't want to stir up half the country, so we're not going to do anything. We're just going to let them do what they want. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's kind of what they did after Lincoln died. A lot of the people that came in after him were determined to make it as hard as possible to punish the South, and hard as, you know, make it as, you know, oh, we don't want to upset them, you know, all this bullshit. And I'm like, bro, these guys should have they should have fucking punished them, bro. Like, they should have punished them hard. You know, none of this bullshit about, oh, well, you know, what's done is done, and they, you know, they were just, you know, they just thought they were right. None of that bullshit, you know. They literally fought to keep slavery. Fuck those dons. Every single Southerner politician should have been locked the fuck up. Some of them should have been executed. All of the leadership should have been executed. All of the politicians that supported breaking away from the Union over that should have been arrested, put in prisons for life. None of them should have got away with it. All the soldiers, all the generals that fought on the behalf of the South should have been locked up, some executed. The normal soldiers, the ones who were forced into it, that's another question. But the ones that opted to be there, the ones that chose to be there, all the officers who followed orders and didn't desert and go to the Union, all of them should have been punished. Absolutely punished. Their land taken away from them, everything. They should have been absolutely fucking destroyed. Never allowed to do that again. But instead, they sat there and they're like, nah, we won't do that because we might cause too much division. And so the South never improved, and it's still, unfortunately, quite a shithole today in regards to how they view other people, you know, people that aren't traditional white conservative Christians. And now they have a hold over the rest of the country. So, no, America has a problem with dealing with shitty people and dealing with shitty events. So I have no faith in the slightest that if anything ever comes of this, if they ever stop ICE and they ever deal with it, I don't think anything will ever come of it. You know, Donald Trump will die a sad, lonely sack of shit. He'll die, but he won't die in a prison cell. He won't die in a gas chamber. He won't die in an electric chair. He won't die to a storm of bullets. He'll die ultimately a sad sack of shit, but he'll die in a chair or a bed or whatever. He won't die the way he should die. He will die, you know, how any decent person will end up, which is, you know, in some level of comfort. It's sad. It's absolutely sad, considering what he's done to children and what he's done to the country. And same with a lot of them. None of them will ever face justice. It's one of the saddest things about life, is accepting that there is no justice for a lot of these dons.
Interested? He was busted for drug trafficking.
So, if I could go back in time, I would go back to Abraham Lincoln, and I would say, bro, you're going to get shot in the theater, don't go there. This is the Don, arrest this motherfucker. And then I would say, once I've proven it, once I've gained his trust, I'd be like, look, bro, every single one, or not every single one, but most of the people that will follow you are going to do everything they can fucking do to ensure that the South doesn't get punished. They're gonna do everything they can to ensure that they don't get absolutely destroyed and punished and, you know, put into shape. So please make sure of it. Make sure these motherfuckers get, you know, all these dons, all these politicians, all these soldiers, all the generals, the colonels, every single one that fought for the South, every single one, kill them or imprison them. Don't give them a chance to, because a lot of the Southern politicians, they just rejoined the Union. Once they rejoined the Union, a lot of Southern politicians ended up back in the House of Congress. Why? How the fuck could that be allowed after what they did? And it wasn't like they were breaking away on noble intentions. If it was the South broke away from the North because of genuinely noble intentions, that the North was, you know, taking advantage of them or whatever, fine. But it was over fucking slavery, as much as these dons try to pretend it wasn't. It was over the right or not to be able to own, you know, people that weren't white. What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that, bro? And it's not like these dons didn't know it was wrong, because a lot of European countries at that point had got rid of slavery. I mean, the British had already banned slavery in the Empire long before that. And, you know, the Danish, I'm pretty sure most of Europe had banned slavery at that point. So it's not like they didn't know what they were doing was wrong. It's just that they didn't give a shit. I could argue, you know, if it had happened in like the 1700s, maybe, you know, okay, maybe the mindset at that time was still quite backwards, but by the mid 1800s, it was pretty well established that, you know, slavery was wrong. So there's no excuse. All those dons should have been punished for it, but they never were. So I don't have much faith in America dealing with ICE and all that. You're enjoying Mafia 2? Mafia 2 is a really good game, Caitlin. Best Mafia game. Oh well, that's life, isn't it? I just hope that when America goes down, it doesn't take down the rest of us. That's my only worry. That's my worry. That's what I'm worried about, is America has a lot of nukes. And I'm just hopeful that when America goes down, it doesn't fucking end up nuking the whole world and punishing the rest of us just because it can't deal with itself. You're playing the DE version as well. DE version is... I've not played the DE version, but I've heard it's very good. Oh yeah, you get the classic one as well, yeah. I only played the classic one, but I had a good time with it. It was a really good game. I think, you know what? One thing that definitely helps with me is I genuinely just hate everyone. I hate everyone, no matter what side they're on. I hate everyone. That's one thing I just really realized is I've always thought, right, so in the UK there's these dons, right, what they do is they try to catch people on their they go after people to see if they can get their views on things like the Palestine situation, and if you ever say anything that's not like pro-Palestine, they absolutely fucking crucify you, stick you online, and then they try to make you famous as being, you know, not, you know, defensive of Palestine, all that. And I've always thought, like, what would happen in that situation with me, because they'd be like, do you support Palestine? No. Do you support Israel? No. I hate both of them. I think they're both fucking idiots. I think there's a bunch of stupid people on both sides who decided to go too far. I fucking hate the Israeli Prime Minister. He's a moron. And I hate the Israeli government for enabling him. But I also hate the fact that Palestine is full of fucking Hamas dons who also think that terrorism is acceptable. I hate the fact that the Middle East is run by almost everyone in the Middle East are morons in terms of leaders. I hate the fact that the Western world is led by morons like Donald Trump, whose idea is to deal with Palestine is to just fucking, you know, demolish it and build a resort there. So I don't know what they would say about me, because they'd be like, oh, so what, you know, they'd be like, oh, so you're just pro-Israeli. No, I fucking hate the Israelis. The Israelis are absolute slime balls for how they deal with the rest of the world. The shit they do, the propaganda they push, and the shit their secret services do is disgusting. They'd be so confused. They wouldn't know what to say. So they're like, oh, so you like Palestine then? No, I don't like them either. I don't like any of those dons. I fucking hate them all. And they'll be like, oh, so, you know, do you like the UK? No, I hate the UK too. I hate Keir Starmer. And then they'll be like, oh, so you like Conservatives? No, I hate them too. Or what about the Green Party? Do you like the leader of the Green Party? No, I hate those dons too because they're anti-nuclear. They'd be so confused. Oh, so you like Nigel Farage? No, I hate him as well because he's a moron. Like, they'd be so fucking confused with me. I've always thought it'd be hilarious if one of them ever caught me and wanted my my opinion, because they would be so fucking confused as to what I'm saying. They'd be like, because like a lot of these people, they see it left, you know, they see it like black or white. You know, if you don't like something, you have to like something else, right? But in my case, no, I just hate everyone. Fucking hate everyone. Oh, you don't like Trump? Do you like the Democrats? No, I fucking hate them too. Do you like if you don't like Hillary Clinton, it means you must like Trump? No, I fucking hate Hillary Clinton, and I hate Trump, and I hate Kamala, sorry, and I also hate Joe Biden. Like, they'd be so confused. I've always thought to myself, it'd be hilarious. I actually kind of hope it happens one day, because I'd probably be on the news then. The Don that hates everyone. Yeah, like, they genuinely just... they would fucking regret ever recording it. They'd regret asking me. But it's so true, though, because, like, a lot of people have this mentality that if you don't like someone or you don't like something, it means you have to like the other thing. And it's like, that's not the truth at all. Like, you can hate multiple things, even things that are complete opposites. You can hate both. You can hate everything. And it's something that I've really, you know, you really see it with the whole, you know, the world. It's like, you know, everyone's so binary these days, rather than understanding that, yeah, you can despise everything. I really would love that, though. I think it would be fantastic to, you know, if I got asked about Palestine and Israel, because then I would just start going off into other random tangents. I'll be like, I hate Trump, but I also hate China. I also think China's a bunch of authoritarian bastards. But then I also hate India, and I despise how they deal with how the Indian government is corrupt as fuck. But then I also hate such and such and such and such, and yeah, I'll just go through a whole list of people that I dislike. Now, by the end of it, they'll probably be like, oh, for fuck's sake, please, just stop asking this guy. about what he likes and what he doesn't, please. He eats everything. Don't run from me. Don't run from me! That's what I thought. Oh well. No one's ever asked me though. Like, no one ever seems to ask me. Like, I see these dons on the street and they're like, you know, they're asking questions, but no one ever asks me that. The most I get asked on the street is for money.
Once you've got the target good and secured, head back.
But I never get asked anything exciting.
You're one dead fuck.
Here's a good one. Like, do you like the do you support the toppling of the Iranian government? No. So you like the Iranian government? No, I hate them. I hate them more than anything. Well, no, not more than anything, but I despise the Iranian government. So why do you support toppling them? Because I don't want to get involved. So do you support their, you know, them being oppressed? No, I hate the Iranian government. I think they are scum. Would you support the Shah returning or the return of, like, the monarchy? No, I don't like the Shah either. I don't like the monarchy either. like, could you imagine that? Just like, and they're like, what about this? Or what about, you know, this or that? And I'm like, no, I don't like them either. It'd be fucking hilarious. It'd be absolutely fucking hilarious. They'd just go, oh, so what do you think of Israel? No, I hate Israel. I hate that stupid pig of a prime minister. Corrupt as shit. Absolute corrupt as shit. Oh, so you like Palestine? No, I don't like them either. You know, they have fucking Hamas running things. Do you support the plan to rebuild Gaza into a resort? No, I hate Donald Trump. He's a rapist. He's a child rapist. Oh, so does that mean you would support? You know, would that mean you would support Kamala over Trump? No, I hate her as well. I don't like Kamala. She was stupid. She thought that she could win. They didn't follow due process to elect someone or to pick someone properly. They just picked her because she was the vice president, and, you know, I'm assuming that, but I mean there might have been other reasons for it as well. I don't know, but they should have had a proper primary anyway, where a better choice could have been picked if there was one. So no, I don't like her either. Oh, do you like Bernie Sanders then? No, I don't like Bernie Sanders because he comes out the woodwork whenever it suits him. He comes out the woodwork and says he's a Democrat, but as soon as it doesn't work out for him, he's back to being an independent. So no, I don't like Bernie Sanders. Do you like the Green Lady, or, you know, Jill Stein or whatever her name was? No, I didn't like her either. She just did it because she was getting paid by the Russians to take votes away from the Democrats. Oh, so what do you think of Vladimir Putin? No, I don't like him either. He's a cunt. What do you think of China, their ally? No, I don't like them either. They spy on everyone. They're disgusting. Oh, but we do that over here as well. We spy on our population. Yeah, I know. I hate them too. I hate all leaders too. They're also fucking spineless rats. Oh my days. Oh my days, man. I'd love it. They would be there for like just. They wouldn't know what to say. What does this guy like? Do you like anyone? No. I don't. I fucking hate everyone. Oh my god. It'd be fucking amazing. I would love if they went into streamers too, because they'd be like, oh, so do you like Hassan? No, I fucking hate Hassan. He shocks his dog and he's a rat. And they'd be like, oh, so you like Destiny then? No, I hate him too. He's a weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo. You know? And then they'd be like, oh, do you like Wings of Redemption? No, he's a fucking creep. Do you like Joe Rogan? No, I think he's a bald-headed cunt. He's dumb as shit, and unfortunately people that watch him or listen to him think he's intelligent, but they're just dumb as shit too. They just be fucking... they just keep going. Who do you like? No one. Which side are you on? I don't like any of them. They all piss me off. They all fucking piss me off. They'd be like, oh, so what kind of... political views? I'm more left wing. So do you like the Green Party? No, I think they're all fucking idiots because they all hate nuclear. They all think that NATO's bad and that being alone is great in a world where everyone wants to pick on you, and that they don't agree with nuclear power. But, oh, so do you like Labour then? No, because I hate Labour because they're spying on everyone. Do you like the Liberal Democrats? No, because they're weak as shit about things and they sell out when it comes to things like NIMBYism. Do you like the Conservatives then? No, I think they're all fucking stupid idiots. Do you like Reform? No, because they're led by a con man. So you're left wing. So do you support communism then? No, I do not support communism because I don't think people can fucking do it properly because they're all fucking corrupt twats. Do you like socialism? In theory, yes, but again, there's too many corrupt twats out there. Oh my god. Do you like capitalism? No, because it fucking robs people. It robs normal working class people of their dignity, and it enriches the rich. They'd be sitting there like, what does this guy like? What does this guy like? Does he like anything? No. I don't. I don't like anything. I hate it all. I just pick the thing I hate the least. That's how I operate. I hate everything, but I just pick the thing I hate the least. That's actually quite an accurate representation of my life. I hate almost everything. I just pick the thing I hate the least, and that's it. That's how I operate when I do stuff. Whenever I do something, almost always I hate both. And I'm like, which one should I do? And I'm just like, which one do I hate the least? That one. Oh, I'm doing that one then. That's what I'm doing today. Like, what do you want to do today? We could go to these two restaurants. I hate them both. Which one do I hate least today? It would be funny to witness, I think. I think it'd be really interesting to see how they react, because like a lot of these people, well, you know, they try to get reaction content because they wanna find someone that they can kind of, you know, shit on for something, right? It does happen, unfortunately. I do see it. It happens a lot, unfortunately, outside civil service offices. So when you're in the civil service in the UK, because in the UK, the civil service is like a professional occupation. It's like, regardless of who's leading the country, the civil service is always the same, right? The civil service is always the same regardless. Yeah, they have different rules and different things they can introduce and pay and you know, things like that, but it's always the same people, so regardless of which government's in power. Whereas obviously I think in America it's like they bring their own people. So when like the Trump team took over, they brought their own people to operate in the White House. That's why they're so incompetent. But in the UK, it's the same people regardless of party. So when in the UK, if you're in the civil service, you have to be politically neutral when you talk to people. You can't say anything that's promoting or, you know, against. You have to be neutral. So what these dons do is they stand outside the offices and they try to get the civil servants to say something on camera. And what they try to do is they start trying to say, if you say nothing, they go, oh, so that means you support the death of children. That means that you support starving children and killing them and all this shit. And that they try to get you to respond emotionally so then they can shove that online and say, here, see, the civil service supports blah, 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 blah. And it ends up with the person end up losing their job potentially, which is a really scummy thing to do. So, you know, obviously I couldn't say that if I worked in one of those offices, because I couldn't say, I guess it's neutral to say you hate everything, but still. But unfortunately no one's ever bothered asking me. I guess I'm not approachable enough because I'm always scowling, so people never ask me, sadly, but it would be interesting. Even local stuff I could be the same way. It's like, what do you think of the new housing development that's going to be developing over in a woods, like a nice woods area and wooded area? And I'd be like, I hate it. I absolutely I hate that. I hate that they're building over the woods. And they say, oh, so you don't support building new houses? And I say, no, I hate people that say no to building houses. We need houses. I hate people that stop it. And I'm like, so which one is it you agree on? I hate both. I hate both. It's the one I hate. I hate one less slightly, but it depends on the circumstance, but I hate both. Resting cunt face. Yeah, it actually is. Like, I do genuinely have like an unapproachable face. I never smile in public. The only people that approach are the drug dons, the ones that are like high that need their fix. They're the only ones that ever approach us to ask for anything. It's always money, and I always do the same thing. I look at them and I look at them so angrily, and I just say no. And the amount of times they go off in a huff or they say something, it's hilarious. They're like, oh, you know, I think we had one that said, I think they said cunt, and I didn't hear that because I don't bother listening. I'm very good at like just zoning people out. But Rebecca said that they said something like that, and I just thought it was hilarious. Because they obviously think that I'm gonna be giving them money. I don't know why they think I'm gonna give them money. I don't fucking give anyone money. Like, there's charity workers. Oh my god, charity workers are the funniest. They always come up to you and they always try to compliment my mustache. There was a charity worker who wanted me to donate to some cancer thing. And I donate to charities privately. I don't like to donate because someone asked me to. I donate when I feel like it, and I have given money to charities like it before, cancer charities. And they said, oh, nice. They said, oh, very nice mustache. I was like, right. And then they're like, has anyone that you known ever had such and such thing? You know, it can affect anyone. I was like, right. And I was like, I'm 14. I wasn't 14. I just said I was 14. He's like, you don't know 14. I was like, I'm 14, because they can't ask you for money if you're under the age of 18. And they said, no, you got a full mustache. I was like, yeah, I'm 14. I grew it young. And it was the funniest thing to me, because this Dom was like really trying to push that I wasn't 14. He was like, no, you're an adult. And I was like, I'm 14. And he just really was aggressively pushing that I was, because I had a mustache, that I had to be an adult. Which is stupid, because there's so many Dons I know who are 14 who have really thick mustaches. I mean, granted, most of them are Indian or Arab. So yeah, okay, their genes are a little bit stronger, but you know, the point still remains. Maybe my mother was Indian or Arab, or my father, or my great, my grandparents or my great grandparents or whatever. You know, you don't know. You can't say for sure that someone's not going to have a good mustache when they're 14. So he gave up in the end and fucked off. And then there was another time when we were asked for money from a charity, and I said no and all that. And then he said something about my mustache, and I just interpreted it like, you know, that it was just like kind of, oh, whatever. But Rebecca was adamant that it's because that he was taking the piss out of me. She was absolutely adamant that the bro was taking the piss out of me. And I was like, bro, it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. Like, I don't give a shit. I know a lot of people judge people with mustaches. I don't give a shit. So I used to do the same thing. I used to judge people with mustaches, but I don't give a shit. So she was really angry on my behalf over this, Don. But nah, so I don't give money to anyone. So I don't know why they asked me. I make it a policy, but these Dons, it doesn't work with these Dons. The resting cunt face doesn't work. It only works with like the political Dons, whether it's because there's always, when we go by, there's always a communist party table nearby when we go by. So there's always someone out there, well, not always, but there's almost always in summer anyway. There's a guy with a communist party, and then there's almost always someone with like a right-wing party, like a reform, in the summertime when it's like nicer weather and they do their little political stuff. And none of them ever bother asking me. Neither of them. I've never been asked. They don't seem to ever want to ask me. But when it comes to money, on the other hand, yeah. Maybe they think that because I have a mustache, I've got money. Maybe mustache means money. But they always ask me. I don't know why. Every time. Excuse me, sir. Do you have money? Do you have some change? Or do you have 5 minutes to listen to my spew about why you should donate to this charity that you probably already donate to, but I don't know about? Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe it would have been like that. I don't know. It's weird. Like, Just having a mustache in 2026 doesn't mean you're rich. It just means that you've got a mustache, but I'm certainly not rich. Oh my god.
Look at...
Oh, you bastard. You stopped me pulling my... Well, actually, it saved my life. Thank you, Agent 14. You can't deliver gas stamps before midnight. Why is that? But yeah, I don't know. It is interesting anyway, but yeah, no one ever asked me. It's always a shame because I'm always looking to have that opportunity to just say I hate everyone, but I never get that opportunity. They just want my money, but they're never gonna get it. I mean, to be fair, the charities do get my money here and there, but not because they asked for it, just because I feel like it. Like, I remember I donated to help with abortion access in America when Roe versus Wade was removed, and they started, a lot of these southern states started, like, you know, limiting abortion access. I donated to help give money to like abortion services and stuff to provide help to, you know, to pay for like the pills, like abortion tablets, or help people, you know, get out of the state to go to an abortion clinic, stuff like that. So I will do stuff like that if it's something that I do agree with and I do believe it's important. Even if it's not in the UK, I'll still do it. But if someone asks me for it, there's no way I'll do it. But if they don't ask me, I'll do it. Got the 200, then lost it. And it's crazy. One of the things I always say is really funny is that when me and Rebecca come back off the train, anywhere we go, I don't know why, but the area around our station is absolutely full of people asking for money. Almost always drug users, and it's the same people all the time. It's always the same dons. You recognize them, and it's always bullshit like, oh, I want to get a night at a hotel. I need money for the bus. It's always the same bullshit, and I don't know why. We make a joke about it that whenever we go to anywhere else, it's always so peaceful. No one ever asks you when you get off the train for money, but as soon as you get off at our station, as soon as you get off, there's people ask for money. Crazy. So if I was gonna give some advice to anyone who's a tourist in the UK, yeah, be careful at stations, because there's a lot of these dons that they really like harassing people that get off trains. They are supposedly homeless, but I don't think they are genuinely homeless, because they all get offered places to stay, like whether it's in like a multi-person homeless facility, or if it's in like individual hotel rooms. The issue is that they're not allowed to stay there if they have a drug or alcohol issue, if they bring drug or alcohol in, and almost all of them want to bring drugs and alcohol in. And so they're not allowed to stay. So they choose to stay on the street because they can get drugs and alcohol. Whereas the ones who are genuinely homeless by, you know, who aren't homeless by choice, they end up in the homeless facilities. They end up in either hotels that are paid for by the council, or into we actually have a homeless facility that was set up specifically for people who need fresh starts, and it's all very cheap, small kind of houses, very small little like one bedroom like flats effectively, and it's always full. It's always full up because the people that go there, they you know, they're restricted in what they can do in terms of alcohol and stuff and drugs, and it's almost always full up because it's a way for them to get off the street, and then it's also a way for them to get access to, because like, there's like a job there's job coaches and stuff that go to help them get jobs and stuff, and it's very well used. But it is guarded. There is a guard there that makes sure that, you know, you can't just bring anyone in or anything in. But yeah, so those guys never ask you for money because they're too busy just, you know, trying to get back off the street and get jobs. But The ones on the streets asking for money, they're almost always the ones that just want it for alcohol and drugs. Very sad. The thing is in it as well is in the UK you can get benefits as well. So in the UK, if you've got no money, it's you will get what we call universal credit, and you get a housing allowance on that too. So they will give you money to help pay for a private accommodation. We also have what we call council houses, which are, you know, owned by the state, effectively, the local council. There's also homing association houses, which are also that are, I believe, usually private, but they are subsidized heavily. So there's loads of ways to get into a housing as long as you follow the rules. And there are a few people that I see around. One of them is he's suspiciously been using crutches for the last year and a half. So I don't know whether he's legit or if he's just taking the piss. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't bother me if he is taking the piss. It doesn't matter to me that much. But I know he has a council home because he's talked about it to someone on the bus about the rules, and it was someone who was also recently got given a council home, and he was saying how he was helping her like understand all the rules and the different things that you can and cannot do, and you know, all these different things, and how it's important. So I know that he, you know, so I know a few people, I see a few people on a regular basis that I know are in council homes, but follow the rules, so that's good. But now these dons in where we go is so annoying. They're so jarring as well because half the time they carry like weapons on them. They shoplift and then they try to stab people with like fucking screwdrivers and stuff. It's sad. I don't want to be like heartless to these dons, but I'm not gonna lie, they are very jarring people. They shouldn't be on the street. They should be in a facility. But the problem is that we won't put them in facilities these days because there was such a backlash to the asylum facilities that they used to exist in the UK long time ago. We would rather just let very mentally ill people exist on the street, and we won't do anything about them because no one wants to be that guy who puts a mentally ill person into a facility. But I do think a lot of these people would be better off in a facility. Because there was we were walking down a road, and there was this guy, and he was shouting, and he wasn't shouting at anyone in particular, he was just shouting. And it was like, you could tell the guy was like really amped up, probably on drugs, and he was really like angry about something, probably very mentally ill. And everyone was like walking around him. Everyone was like walking at like a real wide berth around him, and I'm just like, bro, like, this guy needs to be in a facility. He doesn't need to be wandering the street. He needs to be in a facility. I don't give a shit if he wants to be in there or not. He needs to be in one. But it's very hard now to get people into these kind of facilities in the UK. We're very apprehensive about putting people into any sort of mental health facility because of the asylum, the old asylums that we used to have. People are so, yeah, that no one wants to ever like detain you for more than like 48 hours and stuff like that. Very sad. So I do think a lot of these people should be in them. They're obviously very fucked. You don't want to give them money because they'll buy drugs. Yeah, I'm not a fan of giving people money if they're gonna do, like, I get it, you know, like, I get it, life is shit if you're on the street, but like, again, a lot of these people could be in accommodation if they chose to just not do drugs. I get it's hard, but we also have treatment facilities in the UK. There's lots of resources to get you off alcohol and drugs in the UK. As much as people think otherwise, there is lots of options. But they never take them. Some of these dons. You know a girl in elementary school, you never seen her since. She was named Willow. Cool name. Yeah, Willow's a pretty cool name. There's rehab in the US. Yeah, but the problem with the US is that a lot of that shit is like, it costs money, and even if it is provided by the state, it's not very good. Whereas here, you know, everything is ultimately, you can get help if you need it. If you're very serious, you can get very quickly into things like rehabilitation centers and stuff like that, and courses and treatments. But a lot of them just choose not to, unfortunately, and of course they won't end up bankrupt from it because there's no bills. It's not like we're asking homeless people here to pay money to go to a treatment facility. You know, they literally could do it. They can literally just go to a GP and ask. And the people that are the council homeless teams that go around will typically help them get into these things too if they want it. But yeah, a lot of these dons don't want it. I remember there was one time we were walking down a high street, and it was like getting a bit late, quite dark, and a proper fight started between like multiple groups of homeless dons. There was like three sides. There was like two sides in particular, and they were brawling. They were full on brawling, like they were full on, and they were throwing their phones and shit at each other. It was nuts. I remember actually I came out of Rebecca's flat one night, and one of the homeless ladies who's always asking for money, she was right there. She was sitting right outside Rebecca's flat on her phone. And I remember I almost shit myself. I was like, oh my god, why are you sitting here? Why are you sitting on this fucking step? Like, are you okay? Like, fuck off. Why are you sitting on the step like that right outside of a doorway? Like, so I don't know if she was like waiting for someone to come out and leave the door open so she could go in and check the doors to see if there was like a place to sleep. I don't know. But I closed that door tight. I fucking yanked that door tight. I was like, you are not going in that fucking building. Because that happened to Rebecca about a week ago. Someone tried opening a door. Someone like started trying to, you know, open the handle to get into a flat. And I don't know if it was someone who was maybe drunk, maybe went to the wrong floor, or if it was someone trying to do something bad, or if it was just maybe a homeless person who got in and was trying doors to see if there was someone to go in. I don't know. I'm not sure what it was. But either way, I yank that door shut whenever I leave. I pull that door shut. A lot of people in that flat, unfortunately, in that building, unfortunately, leave the doors open. I yank that shit shut whenever I leave. I'm like, I'm not giving anyone a chance to go in there. Fuck off. Especially not people that I know carry needles on them. I mean, that's it, Kaylin. Yeah, that's what taxes are for. Like, you know, let's say you get helped into a job. Let's say you get helped off the street. You get a house. You get money. You know, you get a little leg up. You get yourself treatment. You get yourself all that good stuff, and then you get yourself a job. If you get all that, it's great because then you can work and you can pay back tax. That goes and pays for someone else who needs help. I'm all for it, and that's how I'm looking at it in contribution wise. Is that we pay taxes, so you know taxes go to paying for these services. So I'm not got any more money to give. But yes, I'm happy for them to get help and get treatment. And if they get into a job afterwards and pay taxes themselves, wonderful, happy days. But I'm not one to just hand out money willy-nilly to these dons because I know they don't need it. They just choose it. And we always see them wandering off. They go around in packs. And you can tell they're going to get a high because they go around in a big pack together and then, you know, walking away from, you know, the main area to go somewhere. And it's obvious they all get, you know, they're all excited. So they're all going to go off and get high together. And I'm like, great, but lads, come on. Lads, come on, bros. Like, there's so many things you could be doing. You know, go to treatment, go out, get some help, get a job. Happy days. Everyone's happy. But no, they prefer it. So they're not getting any money from us. Oh well, that's the way it is. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is that these are the only dons, homeless dons, and charity dons are the only people that ever talk to me when I'm on the street. I've had old people talk to me though. I've had old men talk to me. They like talking. I don't know. It's really weird. When I'm at a bus stop, whenever I'm at a bus stop on my own without like Rebecca, I almost always get an old. If there's an old person there, they almost always talk to me. It's really weird.
There's the boss.
Like I get asked a lot of questions by old people, either whether this is the right bus stop for the right bus, where's it going. They ask me about the tickets, or they'll ask me about just different things. It's very weird. I don't know. It's those are the only people that ask me. It's like drug dons, charity dons, and old dons. Everyone else is no, like they're just normal questions about like different stuff, like the buses and stuff, and you know, things like that. But I never like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they. I've always thought that maybe it's because I've got the mustache and they think it's quite an old school thing, so maybe they think, oh, this guy's not like every other young person who might try to stab me. Not that I dress like a young person, but, you know, I think that's probably why. But see, this might be a bit weird to you guys, because obviously in America, I know that it's more common for people to talk to people, right? Like, Americans, when they come to the UK, are the same way. They're always so talkative. Like, they'll literally just start talking to you for no reason. Like, you'll just be... Like, in the UK, we're typically, especially the younger generation and more of the... especially in London, it's very common for people not to speak. In the northern England, it's a little bit different. But in southern England, and especially London, especially younger generation, it's very weird to speak. If you're standing somewhere and someone talks to you, it's like... It's frowned upon, right? It's weird. Like, most of the time when someone starts trying to talk to you, you look at them really, you go, ugh, and then you walk away, you know, you move away from them because it's like, well, why are you talking to me? That's just how it is. That's just how it is here. It's very odd to talk to people. Whereas like in America, I know it's a lot more common to just randomly yap about something. And I noticed that when Americans visit, because they will always be the one, they're always the loudest don in the room, and they're also the most talkative don in the room. And they always bring up something. They'll make a joke about something. If you're in a museum or something, they'll make a joke about something that you're looking at, or they'll comment about something random on I don't know, the train or the bus. They'll mention something, or you know, especially if you're hanging out with a bunch of people, they'll just randomly bring something. You know, they'll hear what you're saying and randomly mention it or whatever. It's very common. It's almost always the case that whenever I hear someone start yapping, it's almost always an American person. So yeah, that's why it's really weird when someone says something to me, because that's why I always note it. You know, because it's such an unusual thing to hear from other British people from my area, or you know, non-British people, I suppose. Like if you're from India or African countries or European countries, because London is quite diverse. But almost everyone has the same kind of agreement that you don't talk. You know, if you're on the tube, you don't talk, you don't interact. The most you do is give them a strong stare. If they, even make any sort of eye contact with you, you look at them and then you look away. That's kind of what it is. That's the common agreed thing in London. But like, yeah, it's so weird when a British person starts, yapping to you, because it's like, well, that's odd. That's different. But it's just how it is. You'd love it if nobody talked to you when you're walking around. So is that what you get then? Do you actually get people just randomly talking to you when you walk around? Is that actually what happens? Because I can walk all around and no one ever fucking says anything to me, as long as I stay away from the main areas where all the homeless and drug dons exist and the charity dons. If I just walk around like any other neighborhood, no one ever fucking speaks to me. The only time I get spoken to is an old person, and again they say like good morning or something, or like good afternoon. But that's it. No one else ever speaks to you, other than maybe to say the pleasantries like thank you because when you're walking and then there's like, because a lot of people in this country park, well, you're not supposed to, but a lot of people do. They park like on the pavements, or they park, all the pavements are very thin and you got to wait for someone to like walk by so you can go down them. and you can't walk into the roads, there's cars in the way. But no, so yeah, I mean, there'll be situations where like I'll wait for someone so they can walk down single file, and then they'll say thank you, or or someone will wait for me and I'll say thank you to them. That's about it. Otherwise, yeah, we don't say, oh, good, good day today, isn't it? Or nice weather today. No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's really weird when someone does that to you. Really? There's someone who'll wave or holler. What the are these people that like know you as well? Like, do they know you? At least. I mean, even when I see people I know, I just ignore them. They usually ignore you as well. Like, the amount of people I know that I'll see and I'll just walk by them. Like, there's like neighbors and stuff, and I'll just walk by them and be like, cool. I won't even look at them. The only time I'll say anything is like if I'm cutting the hedge or something, and they look over and I'm cutting like the hedge that we share with them, and they'll say like, oh, hello. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, cool, man, cool. But that's about it. We never speak to our neighbors other than that. Like, one of my next door neighbor on my left, we haven't spoken to them in over a year. And the neighbor on the right, I spoke to them last 6 months ago, and it was literally just a, when he said hi, he said hey. I said hey, and that was it. That was literally that was 6 months ago. Yeah, good. I love the UK for that. At least southern UK. It's as I say, it's more common in the north to be more, more talkative. But in the south, it's very, very different. It's great. It's the one thing I'm not gonna be comfortable with when I go up north for whatever reason. Because me and Rebecca, we've decided one day, well, our goal for the next for our life, I suppose, is we want to go around the UK, and we want to visit everywhere in the UK that has a train station. Right? That's our goal. We want to go to every town, city, village, whatever. Every single place that has a train station, we want to go there. We want to get a picture of that train station with us there, and then we want to like save it. Maybe get a big map of the UK and put our pictures up on the map. Every train station, right? So that means basically going to almost every town in the country that has a train. Well, every town has a train station, which is quite a lot. And the south is fine. Like, the south is not so bad because they're all going to be quite like us. But going to the north is going to be weird because I already know we're going to have some random dons just talking to us. Like, we'll be getting a picture of the train station, and we'll get a selfie of us at the train station. And they're like, oh, so what are you doing that for then? What are you doing? Where are you from? What country are you visiting from? And we'll be like, nah, we're from the south. We're from London. We're just getting pictures of like, and then I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell. It's just how it goes. You haven't talked to someone outside your family in person since you went to that job interview, which was the 19th. Oh, that's lush. Not having to speak to anyone's lush. It's the best thing. Honestly is. I'd love that. Not having to speak to anyone outside of family for like half a month. That's lush. Other than on stream, of course. Of course, that's acceptable. But that's not in person. I hate talking to people in person because it's the most, it's always the most jarring experiences. Everyone just has the most shit small talk whenever you talk to them. They always have to bring up some shit small talk that you don't give a shit about. And the UK has that a lot. Everyone's like, so how's the weather then? How are you finding the weather? Oh, this weather's crazy, isn't it? Oh, this is hot. Like, it gets one day in the summer where it's like maybe 28 degrees. Everyone's like, oh, well, ain't this hot? Oh, yeah. Or, it'll be raining, but oh, this rain is something, isn't it? It's like, bro, shush. I don't want to talk about the rain. You're gonna take a friend to rewatch the Sam Raimi movie, though. That does sound like a nice time. That sounds like the kind of that's a good time. That's a interaction that's worth it, though. To be fair. What am I doing again? Oh shit! It's 3 o'clock, is it? Fuck! I should probably call it. Let me go to my hangar quickly to see if there's anything in the hangar that I need to sell, but I don't think it's ready yet. Yeah, it is boring. I can't lie. The weather is, I like the weather, but I don't care that much. It's just usual kind of office talk, though, isn't it? It's all just office. It's just the way offices are in the I mean, I know America has office talk too, but now British office talk is always the most deadest shit. You know, beginning of the week. Oh, so what did you do on the weekend? Play games. Oh, didn't you get up anything else? Anything fun? That is fun for me. Oh, like you didn't go any? No, weather's shit. I don't want to go anywhere. All right, and then oh yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? The rain. Like I couldn't go in the. I don't care. I don't care. Like please, just no. And then you know you get in the middle of the week. It's like oh, so what are you going to be doing towards this weekend? Then what are you going to be doing on? Like they'll ask you like what are you going to do in the week, and then they'll ask you like you know oh any dinner plans? You gonna have anything nice? No. And then you know you get to the weekend and they're like, oh, so what are you gonna do for the weekend? Any nice plans? You gonna go anywhere? No, gonna play games. Gonna see my girlfriend, go home, play some games. Oh, you did that last week? Yeah, I do it this week as well. Are you gonna? Do you wanna come to the pub? No, I don't like the pub. I don't drink. I don't like drinking. I don't have an interest in going to the pub. It's just how it is. It's literally like waiting by the printer. It's basically you know water cooler talk, and yeah, it's just it's funny because you know the Office US, how it's like you know I like the Office US, but the Office UK is actually very accurate to what it was like in offices. It's changed a little bit over the years, but the Office UK is the reason why people like the Office UK in the UK is because it actually was extremely accurate, like ridiculously accurate. The way you know the bosses and the way that the other people, it was extremely accurate to what it's like especially in the 90s and early 2000s Office. And it has shifted a bit over the years, but that's what it was like. And almost everyone I speak to from that era has said the same thing, that the reason that The Office was so good is because that's what a British office was like. It was scarily accurate. And it was funny because of the fact that it was basically stupid how the offices are in the UK. It's extremely stupid that's how office culture is. And yeah, people found it funny. So, The Office UK is actually a really good show to watch to get an idea of what the UK is like. It's well, it used to be anyways. It's a little bit different nowadays. Also, the fact that I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check so I don't sound stupid. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's fucking set in Slough. Of course, it's set in Slough. Of fucking course. Yeah, so basically, Slough, it's a shithole. Slough's a shithole. And it doesn't surprise me that it's set in Slough. It really doesn't. Although it has changed. Slough has great... see, in The Office UK, there's a lot of white dons, right? There's... The Office... Slough is not particularly... I think Slough's like majority non-white now. So I don't think it would be very accurate for 2026 if they did The Office set in Slough now. It would be probably quite because from my experiences dealing with offices in Slough and from dealing with people from Slough, you know, for business or just for different things, a lot of what are they called, agencies, and a lot of things like back when I was dealing with apprenticeships and all that stuff, that kind of talk back in the day, a lot of it was people said it was Slough. A lot of it was offices set in Slough, and almost all of them were Asian at that point, and that was like you know, late, maybe early 2010. Sorry. So I don't think that Slough, the Slough setting would work for a predominantly white cast anymore, because it is not like that anymore. It's very different. So the culture, I imagine, Slough and Slough is probably quite different now. But no, if you were in an office in 1990s, early 2000s, that's the kind of culture that you would experience in Slough. Yes, makes sense. Yeah, basically, it makes sense. It's set in Slough. Slough's a shithole. So yeah, it's It's just a shithole. It's always been a shithole, but it's more so a shithole now than ever. It's just gone downhill a bit. Whereas other places, and it isn't anything to do with the demographics, because there's other places in the UK which have got, you know, have got more Asian over time, and they're fine. It's just Slough is a shithole. Always has been, always will be. So there you go. Basically, fuck Slough. It's the one place I'm not looking forward to visiting for that picture. Every time I hear of stabbings outside London, it's almost always in fucking Slough. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to going to Slough and getting off that train, because as soon as I get off the train, what we're gonna do when we go to Slough is we're gonna get off the train. We're gonna go and take a picture at the train station at the picture at the sign, and then we're gonna get back on the train and we're gonna leave, because fuck Slough. Never ever choosing to walk around Slough. It's a shame, because Slough is really near Windsor. Windsor's a lovely place, or it's gone downhill a lot recently, but it was a lovely place at one point, and it's still quite nice. It's quite posh. Obviously, the one of the castles there, the one that you know, Windsor Castle's there. It's a very, very well-known castle, very lovely environment. And just south of Windsor, I'm pretty sure, is Legoland. And so if you love Lego and you want to go to Legoland, you know, let's say if you're taking, if you're not taking, if you're taking public transport, I think I actually don't know if there's a way to get there directly from London, but I know that in the past when I've thought about going, I've been to Legoland, it's very cool, but whenever I've thought about going to Legoland again, I would have, and I don't drive obviously, so I've thought about it, and I've seen that I would have to probably take a train from fucking to Slough, go off at Slough, take a train to Windsor, and then take a bus or walk from Windsor to Legoland, which is shit. It's not very fun. But I don't know if there's a train that goes straight there or bus that goes straight there. I need to look into that. But in the past, when I've just done a quick glance on Google Maps, that's how I've seen it anyway. Is you have to go to fucking Slough, and then take a train or a bus from Slough to bloody Windsor, which I'm not doing. Fuck Slough. Am I on PS5? I am indeed. I love how that's like my one thing that I will always, no matter what, complain about is Slough. Like if I can't complain about Slough, then I don't want to live. You know, I don't want to be alive. If I can't complain about Slough, I don't want to be alive. I hate Slough. I hate Slough so much. I absolutely fucking hate it so much. Fucking Slough. Oh, it's like my enemy. It's like my enemy right now. Like, it's just pure hatred. I mean, I hate a lot of things, but that Slough, man, pure hatred for Slough. It's funny hearing me bitch about Slough. I hate it. I don't know. There's something about Slough that just pisses me off. I mean, look, the reason Slough is also shit is that there's a massive industrial estate in the middle of it. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure there is. Let me just double check. I don't want to be talking out my arse. It's also right underneath, or actually not right underneath, but it's near Heathrow. Windsor's underneath the flight path at Heathrow. But no, Slough. Yeah, there's a fucking industrial estate literally right in the middle of it. Like, who builds an industrial estate in the middle of a bloody town? There's literally people living in houses, and then there's a road, and then there's like a big industrial estate. Like, it's shit. Oh, there's an Audi there. Look at that. Very nice. KFC, that's nice. Yeah, it's like a big industrial office estate. It looks shit, and there's like a power plant there. Nice, looks shit. Fuck that. Where's the train station at? One day I'm going to do a stream where we're going to look through all the places in the UK, and I'm going to criticize them. I'm going to break them down one by one why someone should never go there. I have something bad to say about everywhere in the UK, but Slough's going to... Nah, even the station looks shit, man. Even the station looks shit. Oh, that is depressing. What is that? Oh, no, they have They have First Bus there as well. Oh, I hate First Bus so much. I fucking hate First Bus. And there's a rundown bloody parking lot right next to the station. And there's graffiti. Oh, it just looks shit. It just looks shit. Why would anyone go to fucking Slough, man? Oh my god. They have 2 cash machines. They have a free cash withdrawal, and then they have a NatWest cash withdrawal. They have... Oh, wait, when was this taken? How long ago was this taken? They had... Wait, they had phone boxes outside the station in 2020? Nah, there's no way they had fucking phone boxes even in 2020. That's diabolical. They knew that the people in Slough... They knew they knew their fucking demographic well. The people in Slough probably don't have any mobile phones because they've been stolen. So they're like, oh, yeah, we're gonna have fucking phone boxes. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's quite a nice thing. They had a picture outside of they had a picture outside of the station of 2 women kissing. That's quite progressive, actually. You know, fair play for Slough. I think it had something to do with COVID, though. Like, it was saying, keep your distance, and it said, then there was, like, a picture of, like, 2 people kissing, which I'm pretty... Yeah, there were 2 women kissing. So I'm assuming what they're saying is, like, don't kiss, keep your distance kind of thing, because of COVID. I can't tell, because for some reason it got blurred out by Google. Because, of course, you can't have people kissing on Google, apparently. But, oh, what a shit fucking station, man. What a shit station. No multi-floor car park? A single floor car park? In big 2025? Why is there a Tesco outside of the station? Who builds a Tesco outside of a station like that? Oh, what a shit fucking town, man. Why is there a fucking Tesco there? Imagine the first thing you see when you come out of a station is a fucking Tesco. Like, you know, what I love when I come out of a station is seeing, like, old stuff. Like, you know, maybe, like, an old clock tower or maybe, like, a little, you know, place for a band or you know, stuff like that, right? Maybe some restaurants, maybe somewhere nice to sit. You come out of the fucking train station in Slough and the first thing you see is a fucking Tesco. I mean, it's a nice Tesco, don't get me wrong, it's a fucking nice Tesco. Oh my god, that is a fucking amazing Tesco. What the fuck? Oh my god, that is like one of the best Tescos I've ever seen. I mean, it's shit on the ground floor because it's like a second floor Tesco. How the hell did you get in there? It's like a Tesco that's it's like a parking garage because of course it's Slough, so they need to have a parking garage underneath the fucking Tesco. But then you go inside, and I take it there's like lifts and stuff to go up to the main floor. Yo, how the fuck? I need to go to this Tesco, you know. Alright, I changed my mind. When me and Rebecca go to Slough, we're going to go to the Tesco. We're going to walk the 5... Well, it's not even 5 minutes, it's like a 1 minute walk. We're going to do the 1 minute walk and then we're going to go to the Tesco because I need to see what's inside this Tesco. This is an amazing Tesco. I mean, I don't like the parking garage there because it's like, why is there a parking garage that big in a British like town? But I mean, I like the fact that it's like a proper... Like, it's a huge Tesco. What the... What is that? Is that a mall? There's a mall. Oh, there's a mall there? Looks shit though, I'm not gonna lie. It looks run down as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like somewhere you get stabbed if you went there. You get like stabbed or with a needle or something. It's like run down as fuck. Queensmere, what the fuck is that? Is that the shopping centre? Why does it look so run down? It literally looks like something... Oh my god! It looks like something you'd see in like... so shit. Fuck Slough. Fuck Slough. Anyway, I'm gonna end it anyway. I just wanted to look at that. That is shit. I'm not gonna lie. That is probably one of the most ugliest looking towns I've ever seen in my life. The ugliest looking shopping mall I've ever seen. It's got fucking Pebble Dash. You know a shopping mall's run down when it's still got Pebble Dash in 2026. You know that shit run down. You know that shit's run down if there's a fucking... If there's Pebble Dash. Wait. Is that a mall? Wait, is it a mall? Bro, what is this place? What is this? Oh, it's like a high street. Even the Starbucks looks run down, bro. Even the Starbucks looks run down. Oh my god. Oh my god, the Starbucks is run down. The Burger King looks nice. I'll give them that. The Burger King looks lovely. I don't know what the fuck. There's a Marks and Spencer's that shut down. They shut the Marks and Spencer's. Oh my god. There's a Debenhams that looks like it's run down. There's a casino. There's a casino. A Deichmann. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's a shoe shop. A TSB really looks like run down. They haven't. The fucking logo's falling off. Bro, this place looks like a shithole. I'm not gonna lie. There's a Nationwide. Looks run down. There's a 99p shop that looks really run down. McDonald's looks nice. KFC, Savers, post office. I wouldn't post anything in that post office. Fuck that. Big ass boots, but really ugly design. And then there's a shopping mall, which looks run down as fuck. Oh, this place is shit, man. No, I'm definitely we're gonna definitely visit, and we're gonna critique the shopping center because it's shit. You wonder if I hate anything more than I hate Slough? Oh, I don't know, honestly. I mean, the more I'm looking at this, the more I hate this. There's only one thing I like about it, and that's the Tesco. Oh my god, this place looks so shit. So there seems to be that there's 2 shopping centers next to each other, it looks like. I think. Can I go into the shopping center in this? Is there a way to view inside? Is there a way to view inside? I need to see. Wait. Is that the same place? Wait, what the fuck is that? It doesn't match the fucking... I'm not gonna lie. The Google Maps doesn't match the fucking pictures. It's like, I've never seen something like this in my life. It doesn't match. So did they demolish this shit? Because it looks fucking awful. I wouldn't be surprised if they did demolish it, but it doesn't match. Alright, can I go inside? Oh my god, half the fucking shops are closed. Ah, it looks shit, man. It looks so shit. Bro, it's so shit in there. Oh my god. This is 2026 too, so it's like recent. Oh my days, man. Oh my god. Bro, it looks like some... Oh my... Oh, that's depressing, man. Mega clearance set. Fuck Slough. Anyway, I'm calling it. I've had enough. I've seen enough of this place. I will visit and I will give my opinion. I don't know when, but we're gonna visit it. Maybe in summer. Maybe we'll go to Slough. We'll get a picture at the train station. We'll don our stab-proof vests. We'll go to the town centre. We'll go to the shopping centre. We'll go to the big Tesco there, and we'll give our opinion. And I'll share it on stream later this year. I'll share my opinion of Slough once I've actually been there and seen it. I've only ever been through Slough in a car. I didn't like what I saw. I didn't want to get out. But I've never actually walked. I've never stepped foot in Slough on foot. So we'll see. It's not so bad. It's an easy way to. It's fairly easy to get there actually. You can take a Elizabeth line out there. It's quite quick actually. So I do that. Yeah, it would take me about, I don't know, maybe like 20, maybe not even 20 minutes, like 15 minutes or something. I don't know. But yeah, we'll go Slough. We'll see what it's saying, and I'll get a picture or something with it. I obviously won't share the picture, but I'll get a picture anyway, and then we can tick that off. And we'll never go there again afterwards, even if I like it, which I doubt because it looks shit. But even if I like it, I'm never going back because I hate Slough that much. Right then, so tomorrow, I'm seeing Rebecca tomorrow evening, so if I am streaming, it'll be late. I might stream, I might not. If I am, it's probably going to be GTA. Yeah, it'll probably be GTA, whatever Rockstar puts on. That's basically it. That's all I've got to say. Thank you everyone who came by. Thank you everyone who had a chat. Good to see you all. Hope you have a lovely day tomorrow. Hope you have a lovely weekend if I don't see you before then. Have a good one. God bless, and fuck Slough. Take care. Bye.